And we keep losing rock gods one after another. Now Paul Kantner has passed away of the Jefferson Airplane, then Jefferson Starship. This is the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
No.
There's Jojo Bennington.
Hellos.
And Chris Stanley, the man they call Slip and Fall Bennington. All here. 2 different injuries during a scope today. I might have to put an end to it.
Do not do that. It's wet out there.
I can't get an insurance company I can't get an insurance company anymore.
I'm concerned, Chris.
I'm not concerned. Look, you go out there, you go out into the world, you take a few bumps.
Yeah, I know. But somebody sues and I end up losing my camper. You know what I mean? And I need that.
That
he loves
safe.
that camper.
It's
yeah.
It's safe.
Well, he's worked so hard for that camper.
You get a little bed, but there's canvas over top of you. It's an Nimrod. All right, it's the Bennington Show today. We're not that far away from me going down and trying to save a marriage, right?
Yeah, it's February. Yeah.
February
9th. February 9th.
Thank you. February 9th, I'll be with Voss and Bonnie, and it's going to be just a spectacular night. Now I'm hearing a lot more surprises at the Comedy Underground, the Valentine's Day special, hosted by myself, Ron Bennington, Tuesday, February 9th. Go to comedycellar.com for tickets. And anyone coming in from out of town may want to make a day of it because we have something free for you to do that afternoon. It's an unmasked with one of Chris Stanley's all-time favorites. This is a guy that every time he does something, Stanley comes running in the next day. Did you see it? Did you see it? I love him. I love his stand-up. I love his acting on TV. And now, of course, he's going to be in Deadpool, which seems to be the hip Marvel project.
Right? Yeah. Deadpool is they've been wanting it made for years. It's finally being made, and the way the comic book fans want it. This is going to be big.
So I didn't know that they've been waiting. Matter of fact, I never even heard of the Deadpool comic.
He's like a cult character, but people who like him love him. He's a beloved character in the comic book world.
And he's the main guy? Because I never heard of Deadpool until the film was announced.
Yeah. Deadpool is, he has his own series, right?
Yeah, his own comic book, yeah.
Well, we don't have Deadpool coming in, but we have his Friendpool, I guess. It's an unmasked with the incredibly funny and talented and always busy, but doesn't let that get in the way of party time, if you're going to believe any of the videos you see. TJ Miller unmasked. He plays the part of Weasel in Deadpool, kind of a co-starring thing. I don't know about it, but I guess I'll see Deadpool before anybody else, huh?
Oh yeah, you'll see it first, yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
First one?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain that to the fans then, what I think of it. But that's very, very exciting.
It's so exciting. Cannot wait for TJ Miller unmasked. I love him. I love TJ Miller. I don't know if we'll be able to keep it together.
You're not going to be able to keep it together.
I'm going to lose it.
I'm going to try to keep you guys apart. I don't want you to embarrass the show.
I'm not going to embarrass the show.
You embarrassed the show today. You fell down the steps. Scott in New Jersey has got something to say. Hey, Scott.
Oh, hey, good morning. Hi, Bennington. How you guys doing?
Hey.
Just a little remembrance for Paul Kantner. Despite all the fantastic music, one of his crowning achievements was getting arrested with Grace Slick at Trisha Nixon's wedding.
Well, here's a weird thing, and I remember reading this in Abby Hoffman's book. Grace Slick went to school with Trisha Nixon. They were both in some kind of, I think in those days they called it like a finishing school. You know, it was like a nice place for ladies to go. It was it was college, but it was also, how to walk and talk like a real lady. So when there was some kind of reunion for that, she was trying to take Abby Hoffman with her when they were all going to get together. And the plan was they would have LSD under their fingernails, and we're going to dose these poor women.
Oh, my God.
Now, I read Abby Hoffman's book when I was young, so I thought, that would have been fucking great. But now from this vantage point, I'm like, you're poisoning people.
That's not good.
Yeah. So I think they didn't let him in the White House, and Abby climbed on the fence and put up a yippee flag, and that's as far as it went. Yeah, you do what you can, I guess. But Kantner and Grace Slick had kids together. One of them was China, and she did, I guess, late 80s. She was one of the MTV VJs. So that's rock royalty. Paul Kantner passed away. And again, we're just losing the rock gods one after the other. A while ago, remember when we were just like, how many comedians are going to die every time we turn around? Now it's in the rock genre. And of course, now mosquitoes are going to kill off, I believe, half the planet from watching the TV today.
Yeah, because like in Brazil, there's some weird...
Well, it's going to be a pandemic, and that same mosquito is, it's just like the Planet of the Apes movie where they show that people have brought it to all different places. I don't know why that's funny to you, Chris, but has brought it to all different places in the world. And that same mosquito's in Florida. The same mosquito, which has been passing us around. I'm not saying that the diseased mosquito was there, but the same type of mosquito that has this is also native to Florida. So it might be a great year for people just to wear nets wherever you go.
Just let's incorporate that into fashion.
Get with Cashmere about it. But we're all excited about this TJ Miller Unmasked. Go to the iBang. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to do that, probably grab a quick bite, and then rush downtown and be involved with Boss and Bonnie, which is becoming a great night.
It's going to be an exciting day for us.
Yeah, it is.
A bunch of little busy bees.
You know what? Every day is exciting for us. This is just exciting.
I can't wait.
Or exciting in. I mean, look how exciting this morning was. Chris Stanley and Gail and I, we showed up for the very end of his Smoking with Chris, I believe, episode 3
of the day.
Yeah, and then I'm like, hey, we're getting late. We got to get going. And we walked down the steps. Gail had no problem. I had no problem. But if you've seen the beginning of the Stephen Hawking movie, you know what happens.
Oh, no.
When a guy's stumbling a lot. I mean, you fall too much for a healthy man in his 30s.
I mean, I think it's I have bad balance. That's my problem. I gotta get maybe better shoes.
No,
maybe he's got to check your equilibrium at this point.
He's hammered it with drugs and alcohol to the point where it's nothing. His inner ear is outside of his ear.
You need to see an ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he sees an ear, nose, and throat guy. All right. So go over to the TJ Miller Unmasked on the iBang. That's very exciting. And, of course, let's just watch the end of this scope with Chris Stanley. And we're all, first of all, why did you keep scoping? You went to scope to the last second?
Well, yeah, I like to scope into the elevator.
You were scoping for hours today.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. It was an epic scope. 3 different scopes. And with the great finale, I'll say.
All right. Let's just play it.
Turned into a boot scope.
What's that a boot? All right, bros, we're going into Sirius XM. Bennington, noon. Raw Dog Channel 99. Big Unmasked announcement happening. Peace. Oh! Fuck! Jesus Christ! Yes, I did. It's still on.
Oh, my God. Chris.
Motherfucker. Fuck.
Now, here's the deal. Not only did he fall, right? Yeah. Did his legs, both legs, go up in the air. He hits the step on his ass and then starts sliding down step by step, which only a toddler does. An adult male stops himself.
It was like a cartoon.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to drop his scope.
Well, and I didn't, so I should get props for that.
No.
For the scope bros.
You should care about your body more than your scoping.
Look, the Smoking with Chris is important to me, and I blame the steps. The steps of this place are just slick. What are they pouring goddamn olive oil over this place all the time?
It's winter. It's icy and cold.
I feel like I have a beef with this building now.
Dude.
I think it's mutual.
I mean, they can prove that you come to work drunk every day.
Possibly.
But I would say go ahead and go for it. So Stanley falls down. You can see that at the very end of his Smoking with Chris, in and see, because you said you did 3 of these today?
There was 3. Yeah.
This is what you focus on instead of work.
I find this is work. This is Periscope.
In the meantime, I come into the studio and there was a small fire that was unattended. Somebody had been cooking hot dogs in here.
You forgot your hot dogs, Chris.
Why wasn't someone scoping those hot dogs? Come on, guys. I told you that.
Where's my mic?
I like to keep an eye on those things. But yeah, and the first scope I did today, I also injured myself. A scope bro came up to me in a car, and I was talking with him. And as I was leaving him and walking across the street, I banged up my bad knee, which also.
What did you bang it on?
A car bumper.
Your knee is no longer bad though. You had it operated on.
Oh yeah.
You call it your bad knee until it heals, and then it's just your knee again.
Well, it's the bad knee again now. So then I'm walking across the street and I just tear my shit up.
Literally, your own
Ew.
feces?
No.
Why'd you tear it up?
I tore my knee up.
He loves it.
Weird.
By the way, also up on the iBank today, I think the worst thing I've ever seen in my life is the chickening, and that's this weird thing. Belly J just tweeted out a link to the chickening. She wrote, "The chickening is the most amazing thing that's happened to me in a long time. Weirdest, best shit ever." I went in the opposite direction. It was too fucking weird for me. I got all flashbacky on it.
I haven't seen it.
What is the chickening?
You haven't seen it either? All right, so this was at Sundance, and they've taken The Shining, and they've kind of rebooted it in a very hip-hop way. So go ahead and click it. See if you could even stay with it for like a fucking minute, because it's just horrifying. It's goddamn horrifying.
The name alone, the chickening, sounds odd and creepy.
I'm already disturbed by that.
The chickening?
The chickening.
Yeah,
I'm not crazy about chickens. All right, we're having a slight computer lag here because everybody's rushing over to the iBank probably for TJ Miller, and there's a lot of stuff on there today.
Yeah.
It's a crazy day.
Chickening is just one part of it.
Yeah, the chickening is just a simple part of it. I don't even want to bring up that Africa song. We will never be able to deal today. Oddly, that's one of your favorite songs of all time.
It's one of my favorite songs. It was actually brought to my attention. Someone tweeted to me. I will find the tweet because they knew that I would love it because
you love Toto.
I love Toto, and Africa's my favorite song.
Now I know Africa and I know Rosanna, but I don't know if I know another song by Toto.
No,
so,
they never really.
Yeah,
I'm really an Africa fan, not really a Toto fan.
So you don't like Rosanna too much?
No, I know Rosanna, but I'm saying I don't think I delved much deeper than that.
Yeah,
I think that was really. And maybe I should. That's my fault, not theirs.
Yeah,
like I really want to get into. I want to get into Toto. They've given me so much, even just with the 2 songs I know.
All right. By the way, I have to tell everybody this. The TJ Miller tickets are going ridiculously fast.
TJ.
Jump on it. Kemosabe. And will I ask them, people are asking me, will I ask them to come to the Underground with Austin Bonnie? I'll ask.
Yeah.
I know he's on a Deadpool thing. He's not like he's just in town hanging out. So he's probably doing, the Tonight Show, or I don't know how many shows are out there now, 1 million.
It's all the shows.
Yeah. All right. I'll just say he's doing all the shows.
Every show there is, he's doing it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Because My Wife Hates Me is one of the shows.
It is one of the shows.
It's a show, TJ.
Yeah. He might be doing every show but that, but I will definitely invite him.
By the way, I found it was Jessica, or at Jess Tooth, who sent me the Daxon.
That's very weird. So we can't even get on our site at all? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's
these veto years didn't work out the way we want them to. I guess he's not prepared and having the stuff up and ready to go.
No, I think it looks like the site.
But I know that I never hear the Stangles having problems in the morning.
Maybe they're not used to an iBank takeover.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, so we got a lot of stuff that's tied in with that. But anyway, the Africa thing is because Dax and is it Kristen Bell?
Bell, yeah.
Yeah.
Veronica Mars.
They went to Africa, which they make it seem like just a sweet getaway joint now. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like you're in the wild.
No, it seems like you go on a safari. Seems like a safe situation.
Yeah, why don't you focus on the other thing first, Zeets, and we'll just, Veets, we'll have this conversation. But you love that couple?
I think they're so cute. They're a very cute couple. I mean, maybe they're too cute. Because I know sometimes that can be, it's a little saccharine when you see people who are just too in love.
I absolutely hate both of them. And I hate
How could you hate both of them?
First of all, she's unbelievable, and he's hilarious.
I don't like them together. I don't like Veronica Mars.
Right.
And I don't like that he gave her a sloth that one time, and then she started fake freaking out about it.
You know way more about them than I do.
There was a surprise sloth visit, because he knew that she loved sloths.
Everyone likes sloths.
Oh, and she started crying for the sloth?
She started crying, and she couldn't believe it. It was so cute. It
was a put on.
Like, I get it. Some people find it to be a little too muchery, but I think that they're a very cute couple.
But you don't think that Dax is hilarious?
I like Dax. I don't like her, and I don't like them together.
My God. She's on one of my favorite TV shows, still.
She's adorable.
I never saw the Veronica Mars, but she's on that other show that I love where they're just going around being awful and taking money off of people. I don't know the name of it. It's on HBO.
I've never seen it.
You know what? I don't. House of Lies. That's the name of it. I don't always know the names of the shows I like. I just like them very much.
You just know you like them.
And I've seen every episode of this, and she's amazing on it. And then they're adorable together.
They have fun.
This isn't adorable. This is just, look, they're dancing in Africa. I get it.
Do you have one celebrity couple that you like, or does it annoy you to see people in love and not ashamed to be together? The way you and your chick obviously are, if she exists.
I know the couple I liked was Billy Bob and Angelina Jolie. That was the couple I liked.
How old
Brangelina?
No, Brangelina also annoys me with all their kids and all they're crazy, like they're too good for everyone else.
I like them. I think they're just like two sexy vampires. They belong together.
Let me go over to Joe, because he's my tech guy. He's tech savvy, and he knows and he's also celeb savvy.
Yeah.
He's basically my TMZ, my own personal TMZ. All right, what do you think, first of all, of Dax and Kristen Bell?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
They're great.
How could you not love them?
I feel like it's propaganda. We're being forced to like Kristen Bell and Dax. No, thank you.
She's a terrific actor. She's sexy. She's funny. And then Dax is fucking hilarious. And I think the ladies enjoy him very much.
The ladies enjoy him. And then, you know what makes ladies enjoy men? Yes. When they see them love the shit out of a woman. And he does. Women find that very attractive. They're like, look at how loving he is to someone.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
so
women
then they
are weird.
Then they want to be with that dude?
Yes.
They also like to see a man with a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
Dialing with a little kid. All right, but here's the deal with them. First of all, I get that they're overly attractive, but you shouldn't be jealous about that. Hold on, Tim and I has a correction for me as soon as we take the thumb off in the other room.
One on hold, put one on hold, hey.
Tim, you have a correction for me?
Kristen Bell was on that House of Lies it was on Showtime though, but she was the only one. There was a lot of sex and nudity in that, but she never showed any skin. It was kind of disappointing.
I believe first season. You might be wrong about that.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know, because the camera moves so quickly. I think there could have been something.
Keep it moving.
But I'll say this, Tim, you're correct.
Yes,
my team did not correct me.
I didn't know.
You're going to get a pretty good prize for yourself.
Ow!
It's the pretty good prize. It's the pretty good prize closet. We have pretty good prizes. It's the pretty good prize. It's the pretty good prize closet. We have good prizes.
Tim and Iowa, caucuses are coming up on Monday. I just want to let you know you just won the signed DVD, Smiley Face, signed by the lovely Anna Faris.
Ooh!
Nice.
She's also in a celebrity couple, right?
Yes, with Chris Pratt.
And they're adorable together.
They're very adorable.
Yeah.
They make sense together.
Yeah, they do. And they're both from Washington, too. So when they came... this is how big Chris Pratt's career has blown up so fast. When Anna Faris came in to do the show, Chris just wandered in and sat in the other chair because he was a TV star, but wasn't a giant movie star. And then the next time that he came back, giant movie star.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I'll just be over here in the corner.
Yeah, he was just like, hey, and I'm like, no, dude, come in, man. You know, big fan of your show. But he was just like, and even after he was a TV star, is like the most regular guy.
He seems like a...
And that's another thing people like in celebrities. Regular guy celebrities.
Yeah, I think that, and then with couples, they think, oh, I could hang out with them. I would be friends with them. Celebrities, they're just like us.
Yeah. Joey, do you have a favorite celebrity couple?
Yeah, I really liked Blanca Lewinsky. When they were, there was Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky back in.
Come on.
See, you know what? It's great that you're doing jokes, but not so easy in the not so early in the setup.
Yeah.
What about for you, Gail?
I've always liked Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, they're the top of the list.
Did they ever get married?
No, they feel no need to.
Just forever lovers.
Yeah, and from what I understand, they don't mind having somebody else stop by every once in a while.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Very
fresh.
California. Yeah, very California about it.
That's how you keep it fresh.
Yeah, you got to keep it a little bit fresh there. You know, like, isn't this different for everybody? Everybody's got something new to do today. But I don't know that for a fact, but, you know, I hear things, and I want to believe that more than anything else. Mine is Zoe Kazan, and who's the actor from There Will Be Blood? Fucking...
Paul Dano?
Yeah, Paul Dano. They're like the hip indie couple.
Do you know I did not know that they were a couple?
No, they have been for like years.
Wow, I did not know that. They're a perfect indie darling couple.
Well, you know, he's got that. He's like weirdly quirky, right? That I don't know if anyone ever called him a sex symbol, but you have to admire his work. And then she's quirky and a good actor, but also like got that oddly hot thing going on.
Yeah,
like,
she does.
Yeah.
She's very like, she's attractive, but then still maintains something very unique about her.
Yeah, like you could see her wearing like, I don't know, some fairy wings walking around the house or whatever.
She's a real life manic pixie dream girl.
She really is, though. But is actually a better actor than most of them. So to me, I like it because they're not like the fact that you didn't know, the fact that they're not even in the news for it. You know, like People Magazine and TMZ don't follow them around. And they do good work. He got ripped off this year. He should have been nominated for an. Matter of fact, he should have won it.
He definitely should have been nominated. Now, would he have had to take a?
I think best supporting because he only was in half the movie, which, by the way, could have been the whole movie if you wanted it to. I got where they were going with it, and I wasn't one of the people that hated the other half of the movie like some people did. All right, who got nominated instead of him for best supporting actor?
Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky.
No one's going to be Rocky.
You can't touch Rocky.
Tom Hardy, who is not going to win for doing a Buffalo Bill impression.
And didn't you say it's a very small role? Like even smaller?
You know, by the way, they offered that Sean Penn was going to do that role, and then he couldn't make it because of scheduling.
Good move.
So that's another reason not to give it to him.
Screw that.
That should be Paul Dano, even though I haven't seen it yet, because a lot of people tell me it just makes you feel cold.
It's not good. Don't even bother.
I still want to see it.
Who else?
Why
won't we have our guy go to just the list of supporting actors?
It's right there. It's right
it is there, but Chris isn't reading.
Christian Bale for The Big Short.
Oh, I don't, you know.
Mark Ruffalo for Spotlight. And then Mark Rylance for Bridge of Spies.
Do you really feel like you're giving out the awards? Is that what very serious?
You paused for applause.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's gonna touch Rocky.
He's got it. Lock it up. Done. He wins for Creed.
Lock it up.
Unless he does something crazy, you know. Just like racist or something, you know. Chris in Phoenix.
What about Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde? They're pretty good-looking couple. Olivia Wilde's gorgeous.
Jason Sudeikis, I like him a lot. I'm sure if I'm familiar with her.
Olivia Wilde was on House. She was one of the doctors in the panel.
It's too diseasy.
They came into my restaurant once when I worked in a restaurant together. Yeah.
Were they nice?
They were very. He's much warmer than.
Yeah.
There was nothing not nice, but
Right.
he was like extra nice.
Like
and
he
she
knows,
was
like,
very
hey,
pretty.
People know who I am, so I better be nice.
Exactly, and then she was pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, pretty works.
Yeah.
You know, we need pretty.
Breaking my heart, Gail. I wanted to hear she was a sweetheart.
A lot of people
Just
aren't.
quiet, cool.
A lot of
I don't
people aren't.
judge. I don't need anyone to say, "Oh my god!" Like you don't
Yeah.
need that. I'm just saying he was overly warm,
Yeah,
or not so much, but that's okay. Very attractive.
but she wasn't an awful.
No,
person.
she didn't do anything wrong.
Good. That's good for a change.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people come into restaurants and they do wrong.
But I do like that if you are in a situation where you meet a celebrity and they're just not a piece of shit, then you're like, so nice.
Oh, you love him
They're
forever.
like so great. He said hi and everything.
Yeah. He said hi, said thanks when I took his coat. That's fucking amazing.
He's
And
just like the
everything.
nicest dude.
Greg in Baltimore. Greg.
Yeah, they got the best celebrity couple by far is Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally.
All right.
That's hilarious people.
That's a definitive answer right
that's
there.
a definitive. So much, and that's so embarrassing to us. Pretty good prize, class.
Wow!
Pretty good prize. Because we should have said that first.
That should have been our first answer.
We have pretty good
I
prizes.
never like singing it the second time, do you?
No.
It's like we got it out of our system,
Yeah,
you know?
we sang. We sang.
Press button. Maybe that one part, but that's it.
Remember when Joe just tried to get the big laugh on the 2 beat rather than waiting for the 3?
I know. The thing is, I really like Jay-Z and Beyonce too.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, I mean, this conversation was going to start, and if you would have done your joke later in the conversation,
Yeah.
everybody would have liked you. But you got to get the fucking balloon up in the air before we pop it. You know,
Yeah.
What's so funny about a balloon on the ground getting popped?
It's sad.
Yeah,
Sick.
nobody's going to fall out of the basket. It's not funny. What do you got?
I have the signed DVD, Keeping the Faith, signed by the actress Jenna Elfman.
Oh, now wasn't Jenna Elfman in a big celebrity Scientology couple?
Yes, she was.
She with Dave Duchovny?
No, that was the other one.
Oh, Tia Leone.
Yeah, they look
Yeah.
alike. I remember Jen Elfman came in here, adorable, right? Very tall, much
Really?
taller than we expected. Didn't you think, Rich?
Oh, yeah. She was towering.
Yeah, but just you could see why she became a star.
Would you describe her as statuesque?
Okay, I will now.
Okay.
I never do that normally because I would probably struggle with it. All right, so she's just with a regular Scientologist.
Yeah.
I wish she was with Beck.
Oh, they'd be perfect.
Oh man,
He's with somebody famous though, right? A famous Scientologist.
he would have to be.
He's he's with the redheaded girl from Dazed and Confused.
Really?
Yeah, they've been together forever. I forget her name right now.
Marissa Ribisi.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The Ribisi sister. And you love her in Dazed and Confused.
Adore her.
I wish she was with Dax.
I wish she was
I
with
hope they
back.
swing. Honestly, if
do
Dax
so.
and Kristen swing, I
do.
hope.
I'm sure they do. Because they've been with Goldie and Kurt. There's got somebody hip walking by with green hair.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then they're going to the hip channel, too.
So then Ribisi's a Scientologist as
Yeah,
well?
they're born Scientologists.
Right.
Both them. Back end, the Ribisi.
And don't you, I know a lot of people judge people, the Scientology, but don't you kind of get a pass when you grow up in it?
Well, first of all, I give anybody a pass when they're in the upper tier. It's the lower tiers that I think are assholes.
Bunch of
You're
sheep.
running shit.
Look, John Travolta and Tom Cruise, I fucking get it. You know what I mean?
You allowed yourself to be kidnapped?
I mean, when you're at the upper tier, you have slaves, basically.
Yeah. Lower tier,
Yeah.
like, you're just easily broken. Like, they like get right into that mind trap so easy.
Now, if you're upper tier, you can go like this. Call 100 people and have them watch me make a sandwich, and I'll treat it like it's a fucking cooking show.
You've got it. You got
Look
it,
at
Tom.
me! Look at me! And then I want everybody to go out and clean the snow.
Think of all this stuff.
Scott in Canada.
Hey,
buddies.
Yeah.
How could you forget Mr. Jay Moore and Nikki Cox?
Perfect.
Unbelievable. Love that celebrity couple. And here's what kills me at the Unmasked. This is how hip she is. So when we get to the end of it, and she was yelling out impressions that she wanted him to do. She's fucking great, man. And then the fact that she writes his specials, crazy.
That's a great team.
Yeah.
That's teamwork.
If I was with Nikki Cock, I'd be doing specials right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not going to sit down and write shit down. That's never going to happen.
Help me.
Someone else write this. Come on. What are you doing over? What are you chewing on? You're going crazy.
Toothpick.
But you're shattering it. You're.
Yeah.
That
You're
sounds
knowing
You know
like
those
working
aren't
with
for
a beaver.
those aren't for consumption.
Oh, not swallowing.
No, but I was watching Splitters.
You usually
coming off
do.
and you're spitting, and
I'll get that
you
away
just.
from me.
It's only because you have it, right? I mean, because you're never a guy who's like, "Oh, that's Chris and his toothpick," but when he fucking has one, he just goes crazy on it.
I tear it up.
I remember because you gnawed on so many pens, Norton stuck a pen up his ass to get even with you.
Yeah, I remember that.
You said that actually tasted better than the pen.
Really?
He goes, I don't know what's going on, but these pens are great lately. You guys taste these pens?
It sounds like you deserved it. You're a pen gnawer?
Yeah, I'm a pen gnawer.
He would have just got down and eaten ass. Taryn.
Hi, super funny smoking with Chris today, by the way.
Sure, when he falls down.
Oh, yeah, I like that part too.
Injured myself.
Always good.
It's like working with a silent movie star. Buster Keaton with a scope. Do that thing where the building comes down, but you're standing in the door.
Get on
Love that. And is there a clock that we can get them on?
So the couple I think is really cool is Maya Rudolph and Paul Thomas Anderson. I wonder what they talk about.
Probably Paul Thomas Anderson. That's what I would be talking about.
Paul, you're so great.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
Miss Fiona, though, a little bit.
Oh, yeah, when
Oh,
she
shit.
was with Fiona. I mean, I think Maya would even agree that was
She
a better...
has to admit.
I mean, they might be a better couple, but Fiona, that's Fiona.
Yeah, they were like two
Geniuses.
wild, artistic geniuses.
I think she bit him too much or something, though. She gets a little crazy.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Deal with it, Paul.
I would like her just to write one song about a guy that was nice.
Yeah. She's never met one.
Mm-mm.
She's not interested.
Although I thought that the Jonathan Demme song that she wrote for him on the last album was one of the few that I've ever heard her say, even though we're not together, she kind of left a gentle tribute to him.
Do you know why? He asked for it. He said, could you please write a song
You've done it for everyone else.
Just write a song about me. And I would definitely do that if I was with a great artist. So I would want that immediately. And like if my credit card got refused, I'm like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this song. I mean, let me tell you how good I am for this fucking money. All right?
Sweet genius wrote this about me.
Let me play it on my phone. Fuck, they shut my phone off. Hey, what is going on with my expenses lately? This is terrible. Well, that's kind of awful too, because Chris did it saying that he liked Brad Pitt's chick with somebody else.
Yeah.
And now you've done it to Maya Rudolph.
I know. I don't mean anything by it,
He had
Maya.
a vial of blood around their neck. That's true love.
My favorite all-time celebrity couple, and I don't think this will ever be beaten, is Steve Carlton and his wife. Because that guy, I mean, on a team that won like 52 games, he won 27 of them, And then he was married to someone.
What'd she do?
It's a fucking amazing couple. I mean, that guy just throws heat. And then a 3-2 fucking breaking ball in the World Series. You got to admire a guy.
What was her credits, though? The wife?
Oh, she was married to Steve Carlton.
Okay.
He's great. So, best celebrity couple. Is T.J. Miller in a celebrity couple?
I don't believe so.
I've seen pictures of him though with a beautiful woman.
His wife is very attractive.
Oh, that's his wife?
It might be the girlfriend.
Boy, I'm not going to have you help me do prep.
You are not ready for this.
Yeah. We really shouldn't get into his personal life. Tyler.
Yes.
What's up?
Oh, not much. How's it going, man? I love the show.
Well, it's a really good show.
Yeah, well, I wanted to go over my favorite celebrity couple, which I know it's going to sound like a joke at first, but it's really not, is Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. As ignorant as they can seem, they love each other. They have a family.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that they're not mysterious enough for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you know everything about them, they're just a couple, not a celebrity couple. You know?
Hate them, actually.
And really, I thought she was better with that guy that she was in the sex tape with.
Ray J.
Ray J?
He has a name?
Yeah, he has a name.
I didn't know.
And he was better with Amber Rose. That was his heyday.
Wow, that guy's in the middle of all the fucking everything that Joey cares about.
Yeah.
Eskimo Bros.
No. Now, did he get a finger up the ass or just Kanye?
Oh, no, Kanye. He's fingers in the booty ass bitch.
I understand that Kanye has put out a rebuttal.
Oh, no.
Joey, get to the bottom of this, literally. Get to the ass bottom of this for me. But it certainly hasn't worked out the way we thought it was going to. It isn't all about the ass for him.
Yeah, so he tweeted out 2 tweets this morning.
Good.
Getting to the bottom of this. First he tweets, "I'm not into that kind of shit. I like pictures and videos. Me and my wife got a kind of love that can turn exes into best friends." He then follows up that tweet with this classic. "Exes can be mad, but just know I never let them play with my ass." I don't do that.
See what I mean about knowing too much about someone?
Here's the thing. Now you have shown that you were affected by it. If he would have just said, yeah, whatever, and just brushed it off, but it obviously really bothered him.
I mean, 2 tweets?
He goes on to say,
characters?
"I stay away from that area altogether."
He's really freaking out. He doesn't want people to know he's a finger in the booty ass bitch.
Just don't it. That's what I say. Just don't it.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. Hey, Logan, what's up? Good to talk to you, buddy.
Hey, man. How you guys doing?
Cool.
Hey, first of all, Chris fucking falling down.
Hilarious, right?
Oh, my God.
But the fall that he had, and, I hate to say, Chris, you're past the age where you heal easily.
Yeah.
But if you would have cracked that tailbone,
I'd still be out there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We'd had to fucking get a sled and push you down to the hospital. Because a cracked tailbone, you needed to stand, sit, lie down. You needed for every... You don't get anything from that other than, I guess, morphine directly into the tailbone.
More morphine, please.
Yeah.
I feel like men get more tailbone injuries because they don't have as much cushion to land on.
We ain't booty ass bitches.
Well,
Get that
probably
straight. Never let them around there.
He just avoids the area altogether. Even for wiping?
Yeah.
Ew.
He leaves it all crusty and
Kanye?
shitty.
Oh, God.
Kanye, why are you tweeting that?
Thank you.
So,
hey, man. Well, so anyway, I was going to say a couple. I didn't even know we were together until recently because my girl was watching one of those replays of that lip sync show. I don't know what it's called. But John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. That was a shocker to me. Apparently they've been married for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he broke up with Pam.
Apparently.
Yeah, I think
I liked him better with Pam.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, he annoyed me so much with Pam by the end of it that they just ruined those. They stayed on TV too long.
I hate Jim the character. I hate John Krasinski the person.
All right.
No, I really have very strong feelings
That's the next
against them.
Unmasked, though.
Oh, shit.
No,
Dump out of
Chris.
that.
Too late. I can't.
You have so much negativity.
There's certain people
boiling up inside you.
The Dax and Veronica Mars, Jim and anyone he's with. That's the things I don't like.
All right. Mass tweeters said John and Yoko. By the way, who's the first major celebrity couple? I'd have to say the first major celebrity couple for me was Joseph and Mary. I mean, to me, coming off a rebound like that, raising that kid like as your own.
It's big.
Allegedly having more kids, but,
You wouldn't say Adam and Steve first? Big.
Adam and Steve, you know what? You're right about that. I mean, they were on their own. They found out that they were naked. I guess after that, they learned about oral.
Yeah.
And then somehow we popped out of their asses.
Through their shame.
Yeah, through their shame.
We're shame babies.
As they covered their bodies
With
in shame.
sticks and leaves. Let me put a leaf over my vagina.
What is that connected to?
I think she puts the stem in. If I had to guess.
Okay, that answers
And
it. I've
then
always wondered.
he took just a fig and 2 leaves, licked, stuck them directly to his balls.
Right. Because it's hot there. So he had a nice sweat going.
But, I mean, they were a couple. Who doesn't walk around naked in front of their wife? That seems a little fucking crazy. Come on. All right. By the way, I know when Chris says, come on, he's got nothing. Throw that fucking tiny pick away. You said earlier that you would.
Done.
And now you've gone into the corner and chewing on it like a rat.
I'm worried it's not far enough.
It's gone.
Sean, Maryland.
Hey, I got 2 of them, Ron. I got a classic, Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen.
Oh, that's a great
that's
one.
a really good one.
By the way, she did the show before, and we were like in love with her. Everybody here was just in love with her and wanted to be her friend, not just have her on our show. We wanted to just go to lunch with her later. And then, like, Ted Danson is our favorite comedy actor. They're the greatest.
Yeah, she seems like such a sweetheart. Every time I've seen an interview that
she's great, man. She's really sexy too, like crazy sexy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Anyway, so, and Jimmy Mullen and Jason Biggs.
No.
I don't know what's happening there.
Jason Biggs sucks.
No, come on.
That's our next unmatched.
No, don't.
That's,
all right.
Well, that's a shock that you would say that,
He
Chris.
does.
It is.
Who are perfectly nice.
Yeah, nice enough people. I don't know how's she famous though.
Oh no, I think she might be an actress.
Was she in American Pie?
I don't think she was in American Pie.
I think everybody he hangs out with is still doing those American Pies.
That's his social circle. You can't get out of it.
All right, let's move on to the chicken thing, which is just frightening. The chickening, it's up on the iBank today. I'll just put it on for a second, but if you've seen The Shining, they've kind of chickened it up quite a bit. Let's get your reactions to it as it's going by.
This is scary sounding, at least.
Cluck, 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 and goes the chicken, and the chicken is my favorite food. I'll eat the wings, and I'll eat the breast. Chicken, it is the best. What?
Welcome to Charbay's Chicken World and Restaurant Resort. This is the largest fast food entertainment complex in North America, with a subterranean farm, a power plant, and the world's only magma-heated chicken blast fryer. Now, you be the new senior chief night manager. Now, does that sound like what you're looking for?
Well, that sounds fine to me.
Yuck, you call this a sandwich? Yeah, I know. Tastes like shit.
Is it freaky?
What the fuck? What about me? Get back in the kitchen and make me a real sandwich before I give you a crack in the mouth. Maybe straighten out your eyes.
Oh my God.
What am I watching?
Chicken.
Am I high? I've been told.
Yeah.
Let's get the hell out.
Here's Johnny. Charbay's Chicken World and Restaurant Resort is going completely insane.
All right, let's stop it for a second. So they've taken the actual scenes from The Shining, and they say that Stanley Kubrick directed this. I don't know if I believe it, but they've turned it into the craziest thing ever. Here's what we're going to do from this point on. Chris, you will narrate what is happening for the people at home.
Okay.
If you want to see it, it's over at the iBank. It just played at Sundance. It's called The Chickening. It's some of the weirdest shit you've ever seen in your life.
All right. All right, Scatman Crothers is now green-faced and watching a chicken commercial, and his entire crib is now purple, and there's clowns on the wall. I don't understand why I'm watching. And a Lamborghini and Reagan?
Well, it was that era.
And he has an iPad. Right. Now he's back to the scene where Jack Nicholson's getting interviewed by a man with a distorted mouth.
Do you mind if I ask why you do that?
What the fuck? Now this man with an arrow in his forehead and there's chickens everywhere. What the fuck?
No other problem.
They've changed Jack Nicholson as some googly-eyed creep.
Volcanic pressure blasts that explode feces all over the walls of the bathroom, I'm afraid.
Wait, what?
They changed the dialogue. All right, now they're going into the creepy room, and there's dead chickens everywhere. And there's a chicken on Jack Nicholson's head, and a chicken poster. And now it's the scene where he's going into the bathtub with a creepy old woman.
Room
but
237.
It's room 237. And there's just a dude, just a hairy guy, just. Jack Nicholson's got his head shit on.
All right, so it's up on the iBank. So they've taken. You know, I remember when you were a kid and you would find a picture and just draw shit all over it?
Yeah.
You know, like in Time Magazine or something? They basically done that with the movie, a classic movie.
It's so bizarre. I feel like I've been dosed.
I know. I felt very trippy with it myself.
I feel sick. Like, this is really weird. This is disturbing.
It is disturbing.
How is it scarier than the actual Shining?
Because it's like we've taken reality and done something horrific with it.
I don't like the swapped faces. That's like the part that's really freaking me out.
What if you
is the
woke up and that's the way the world looked to you?
Kill myself.
Yep.
I'd last 2 hours.
Yeah, when you killed yourself, you just, again, opened your eyes and you're back in that fucking world.
No.
It's hell.
Dude, I always tell you, you gotta fucking ride the snake, man. If that's the way your brain's going, you gotta fucking follow it in there.
Ride the chicken in this case.
Okay, so way to bring it back to the chicken thing.
Is that what insanity is like? You're just living in just pure hell?
Yeah, how do you know that the world looks like this to everybody else, though? You know?
Right.
Like it looks to you. So you just fucking go with it.
So somebody's watching this like, yeah, what's so weird about this?
Yeah, somebody's watching this right now going, oh, God, they finally made that weird Shining movie look normal. Thank you. This is what the fucking Republican debates look like. Did anybody even attempt to watch without Trump on last night?
Hell no.
No, I watched some clips. It seemed, from what I can gather, he was the main point of conversation.
Yeah.
From the, the sources that I have seen this morning, the amount of times that they said his name, the amount of jokes or references.
Like an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. He was more so present. It probably was the best move going.
I wonder if he'll win. Iowa is Monday. Is that when the...
Yes.
Yep.
And then when's New Hampshire? Later that week?
I'm not sure, but I know it
If he hits a 1-2 there, I would bet against him winning Iowa, though. Because Iowa's weird.
Yeah, they tend to...
Well, look, they just showed the last two guys who won the Iowa caucuses. No one's ever Huckabee and that other fucking Santorum.
Santorum won Iowa?
Yeah, he did.
Those guys went nowhere after that.
Yep.
Losers.
Winning Iowa is not a big deal.
Nope.
Trump
I remember
bother with Iowa.
I remember Huckabee because I still remember to this day when he was like, "I love Iowa." It's just like that's how he opened his speech.
You're like, I'm done with him.
Like even everyone in the crowd were like, "We made a huge mistake."
Yeah, what are we doing with this guy? How do we pick another fucking dog? That's like Chris Stanley's bets, Iowa. You're pushing everything in on you're borrowing money for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because I get the Super Bowl plus props. I figured I'd throw in some props style.
Why would you want to do that to yourself? Why not bet every single dime you have on the game and stay away from the props? The props is what losers do.
I like the props.
Oh, I forgot. You're a loser.
I've lost in the past, but I don't think that qualifies me as a loser.
I don't want to sit around and bet on the flip. You know what I mean? I hope it's heads this year. So stupid.
I have $4,000 on this.
Here's the thing that people gamble is that the Broncos have decided to wear white because they've never won wearing their home uniforms in a Super Bowl.
I like
what
that.
Is this, their 7th Super Bowl?
I think it's their 8th.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 8th.
Yeah, well, they were in the Super Bowls in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
They've really been an organization that for years, other than 2 Super Bowls, everybody always laughed at, oh shit, you fucking guys got back there and going to lose again? They were Buffalo before there was a Buffalo.
So don't feel so bad, Buffalo.
Cam is just, Cam is pulling a Donald Trump, where he's making it all about himself, and the fact that he's a black QB.
No one's ever seen his skill set before, Ron. He's impossible.
You're not our first black quarterback, dude. It's 2016.
No, he can run and throw the ball.
All right, you ever been around and then seen what the Broncos did in the 80s? You remember who that quarterback was?
No.
See, I'm sitting in ignorance. He was a former Buck.
Oh, I don't know who it was.
See? Not one person here.
I don't know.
None of you guys not? No, not you, Vito. You know your NFL history.
I don't know this one.
Oh my God!
Don't know.
It's a Super Bowl winner. I'm not. No one is coming to the Super Bowl party. Well, Gail's coming.
Thanks.
She's family, actual.
And
family.
a girl, and that's why I didn't know it. Girls don't know about things
Yeah,
like
you don't
that.
have to know that. But we are having chicken parm because of you.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It's fucking Doug Williams, guys.
Okay,
How you not know
all right.
Doug Williams, who lit up? I think he scored 35 points in the second quarter.
Jesus.
And did it running and throwing. He was a crazy athlete. He was a phenomenal athlete. Matter of fact, I did a Super Bowl commercial for him, local in Florida. I did with him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
We forgot him, and
I mean, we got him cheap too, man.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. We got him for a couple G's. And then we just stuck it in the middle of the thing, and people thought, wait, is this a national commercial? Because they got Doug Williams. We got it like 4 or 5 years after he won. Maybe not even. Yeah. Maybe not even that long.
Damn, Doug.
Yeah. Well, he was. He had been with the Bucks before, and he was a big Grambling quarterback, and I think a coach there. But he was a great athlete. So I don't know where Cam is coming in acting like we're afraid of black quarterbacks. I don't know if you were around last 2 Super Bowls, but we had a black quarterback then.
He's really. You think this is all got? Obviously, everything's going to his head. Like he thinks he's unstoppable. And Ron Rivera is just backing him up all the whole way.
I would too if I was the coach.
Because now Ron Rivera is saying like, yeah, I don't want to be known as a Hispanic head coach. I want to be known as just a head coach. And I believe everything that Cam's saying.
Look, if my team was winning, I wouldn't give a shit what they were doing. You know what I mean? They could be lighting shit on fire in the field. I'd be on, we need a fire starter. You know what I mean? I keep that stuff going. But I think the thing about Cam that pisses people off is that he acts the same way a wide receiver acts. You know, like we're used to those guys being idiots.
They're kind of more showboaty personalities.
Yeah, we're not used to. But you know, it might. You know, if I look back on this, when the Bears went in the '80s, I like Jim McMahon, and he was an asshole. I mean, he was just a plain look at me, motherfucker. Obviously, Joe Namath was a look at me, son of a bitch, and people like him. So if Cam wins, he fucking wins and he gets it all. But, you know, the Icky Shuffle looked pretty fucking stupid after those guys got their asses handed to them after originally beating the Vikings.
Oh, God.
When that field goal.
We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it all the time.
Oh, man.
The next 2 hours.
We decide what we're going to talk about. Your failed childhood might be it for 2 hours. I don't know.
Your shittiness. Because it's your fault.
I've decided I'm rooting for the old man to win one more. And that thing that happened at the end of the game where they went back and got the, look, I'm not going to say it during the show. Look, if you go back and hear what he said at the end of the game, I think that you're going to end up rooting for him. So, man, Peyton Manning, what he said in Belichick's ear and what Belichick said to him, it'll choke you up a little bit. I don't know if I can keep doing it. It's starting to drive me nuts. It is the actual Friday show that I want to make sure we plug this because it's going to go fast. This will probably be done by today. TJ Miller Unmasked on February 9th. It's going to be one of the funnest Unmasked we've done in some time. So head on over to the iBang and jump into that. But it's going to be a very, very cool day. And then we're leaving there and going over with Voss and Bonnie and doing that show, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be huge. This is going to be maybe one of the biggest days in Bennington history.
Well, I hope so. I hope this becomes the biggest show that we've ever done in the history of the planet Earth.
And that's happening Tuesday, February 9th. It's at 8 p.m. Go to thecomedycellar.com for tickets.
I am going to.
Yeah. There's going to be special guests. I don't want to say that this is this generation's Woodstock, but it's starting to feel that way. At least feels like Woodstock 99.
At least.
Yeah. The hot, sweaty, mean Woodstock.
Mud people Woodstock.
Rapey Woodstock.
Oh, yeah. That was a rapey Woodstock, wasn't it?
Yeah. Got really rapey.
Well, I don't know why a girl ever thinks they could crowd surf over a bunch of creeps and feel like they won't be molested on the way.
They should be able to. But I understand what you're saying. It's just like it's the
a dude's going to get his balls grabbed too.
Oh yeah,
Do you think
be molested.
Guys get a finger up the butt?
Look at Chris. You know that he would do it.
Yeah, of course. Hey, I'll just give it a light squeeze.
Yeah, that's assault, brother.
There's an article on the iBang about what it's like for women in comedy, and this is being passed all over the comedy world.
Yeah, I checked that out this morning, and everyone should check it out. It's Last Comic Standing, top 5 finalists. Quits Festival sets off conversation about harassment and assault in comedy.
It's a very complicated story as well. I mean, obviously, any of us from the outside have no idea what happened and, what that whole situation is.
Sure, but I think that, and I agree, it is complicated for a lot of reasons, this particular case. However, I do think it's a good conversation started. I think it's important to bring this issue up to the forefront.
Sure. Well, you take guys like Chris, when he's drinking, he's a little grabby.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mean to be.
What?
What do you mean by that?
The alcohol just makes me crazy.
Oh, okay. So that makes it okay.
See, that's an excuse that you can use.
Mm-hmm. That holds up in a court of law.
The alcohol sometimes makes you a little murdery, too.
And then your victim says, I didn't know he was drunk. I'm so embarrassed. I thought he was just a jerk.
Chris has taken responsibility, went into rehab, and gotten himself straightened out.
That's good.
So he can now be responsible for his own life.
I've done none of those
Joey,
things.
did you read the article?
I checked it out. So
You didn't read it. You just checked it out.
Yes, I didn't read it, though.
But why would you check something out and not read it? You're just not a reader?
I'm not a big reader in general.
You seem so
You
ready.
got an odd job for it, then.
Look at your glasses. You seem so
I
ready.
get it. I wear glasses.
When I see a 4-eyed bitch like that, I'm like, he must read constantly.
Look at that nerd. Where's his book?
Literally, we used to think guys with glasses just burn their eyes out from reading science books.
Yeah. You see a 4-eyed, fingers in the booty ass bitch like that. You just think he's going to like to read.
I know he's a freak.
Oh, yeah. He's a freak nasty.
I just own it,
But, the whole alcohol makes me crazy, and that's why I did this, is why they made alcohol illegal back in the fucking 20s, Like, literally, hey, you guys can't handle your alcohol. It's a poison. It changes people's personalities. It can't be an excuse in 2016.
Right.
It can't be.
Do you want to be allowed to have your alcohol?
Because literally what this story is about is women comics going out on the road. Sometimes they have to share comedy condos with people or, but you're in a bar most of the time and people get free drinks.
Yes, you're in that environment. And I think it's not always apparent to people that it's that when you have your freedom taken away and you're not able to continue to do the things that you...
What is the freedom?
Well, the freedom would be, let's say, if you've experienced assault or if you're afraid of assault because of that kind of situation, it could stop you from it could stunt your career. You would not be feeling comfortable to travel by yourself.
I know women who don't.
And when you are not in a position where you have the type of fame or money that you can travel with an assistant or a
Kenny
group. Yeah, exactly. Then you're going to find yourself in a tricky position where you have to choose whether or not you're going to go on the road and feel uncomfortable when you don't have protection around you, or you're going to, stop your career.
Somebody named Kevin Kelly. Who is this not TJ Miller? Never cared about or heard about him. Well, first of all, we've never heard of Kevin Kelly.
Mm-mm.
But second of all, of course you're not going to care about him and if you've never heard about him.
Right.
That's
that would
absolutely
actually,
true.
I would find it really bizarre if you hadn't heard about him, but then you deeply cared for him.
Well, he's on one of the hottest shows on TV right now, Silicon Valley. He's been crushing on it. Won Critics' Choice Awards for that. He's a big stand-up, selling out clubs and auditoriums all over. And he's on what's probably at least the biggest movie of the spring, the one everybody's been talking about.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Hey, Joe, between us, without being, found out about it, get the 411 on that.
Got it.
There's got to be something. But yeah, Deadpool is supposed to be, it's actually one of the more, now you picked up on it?
I think so.
Write down. So anyway, that Unmasked is going to be fantastic.
I cannot wait for it because I love that man, TJ Miller. I care deep. I know him and I care deeply about him.
Well, he's your favorite.
Oh yeah, he's as Urlacher on Silicon Valley. One of the funniest things I've seen on TV in forever was on that first season, and he's just every scene he's in, he steals it, and he's hysterical in.
Oh, I was looking at her.
Yeah, I think
I didn't even notice
I was
him.
noticing her, and then as I looked up, I saw a profile of the man that she was with.
It's Buster Poindexter.
Well, it's David Johansen.
David Johansen.
Yeah.
But I was looking at her the whole time.
Yeah.
That's how I missed David Johansen.
Her hair was so exciting. It was
Yeah,
hard
it
not to-
was. Ronnie, your staff said that you didn't know Doug Williams and they're scared to correct you. You said he was on Denver, not Washington. He was on Washington. Well, I don't think that they were afraid. They just don't know fucking football.
Why is that always said afraid to correct?
Well, because I got 5 girls on my staff. One of them, 3 of them are sitting in front of computers. Not one even thought to look it up, but he's fucking banging his ham fists around for every other reason all morning. All right, why don't we break here? We will be right back. This is The Bennington Show. It's The Bennington Show on a Friday. This is the first Friday in 5 months without football. Unless you count the All-Star game or whatever the hell that thing is, which why would anybody?
Do you like the break?
No, the break feels a little nerve-wracking to me right now. I might end up in a museum on Sunday for all I know.
Because then you're imagining the world that begins post-Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When suddenly your Sundays are
busy.
Free.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can get out of anything when you have a football Sunday. You're like,
Right.
I can't make it. I have my games. No, I can't come over to your house and watch it. I'm a terrible person to watch the games around.
Mm-mm.
I'm vicious and I'm crazy and I don't want to put your family in jeopardy. But when this is over now you have no excuse. You have no excuse to not get off your couch.
You could go on day trips, little chumps.
Yes, you can find yourself in New England looking at fucking pottery. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
The protective shell of football is taken away, and you're exposed to a world of activities.
Now, I was wondering, the week after the Super Bowl, would you like to go antiquing with me?
Yes, I will. I might as well
about
just say
going
yes to
upstate.
it. And you know what? As bad as that sounds, I'm going to say yes to it because something easily worse could come along. I could be helping somebody move for all I know.
You don't have football.
Yeah. I don't know why any people even think getting out of town seems relaxing. It just seems like a lot of fucking lines before you get out.
Yeah. Hop in the car.
yeah.
Maybe brunch a little.
I don't know.
Antiques.
Maybe I'll work with stupid kids. They have some kind of thing in the city help stupid kids learn stuff, right?
What about, I could see you in the Big Brother program.
Yeah, I'm past that. At most, I'd be a big uncle. I mean, I think if I was the kid, I'd be disappointed if I showed up. Just some Harlem kid, and I'm coming over. Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. No, you never heard of 9/11? It happened. Just boring the shit out of kids. Let me show you this movie called Poseidon Adventure. No kid wants to go through that.
Sucks.
Yeah. I'd like to join that program, but to try to get a big brother for myself.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, get an old man to take me around town and sit down, make fun of people as they walk by, smoke.
Just really take you under their wing.
Well, yeah, really, what would I do with a kid? Teach him how to smoke cigars? No, you want to clip the end of it. See that?
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect.
Why do you do that?
Why did I get it from Cuba, kid? Something you don't know about. Probably people were dead because I got this cigar. That's the scary thing about it. Now, sit down again. I want to tell you a little bit about Joe Montana. I think you're going to get a kick out of this.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know whether you've seen... Remember that day that we were on the show and Gurion, like a lunatic, said that the pyramids were made by aliens because humans couldn't even make that? Well, some 18-year-old moron, right, climbs up the pyramid with a fucking GoPro. Now, it occurred to me, I never saw close-ups of the pyramids before. You always see them from a distance, and you feel like they're kind of one piece. Now, this kid jumps this rail here, and like a monkey, he starts to climb up the pyramid.
Oh my God.
There's no one around, but look how that thing looks like it could come down at any second.
Wow, it's so different than I thought it would look.
Exactly. Like, I thought it was almost one piece. It was so smooth. And I'm like, that must be from cartoons.
I thought it was more, like, intricate looking. I didn't realize those gaps. I'm not really thinking, I guess, of the scale of it, but I didn't realize that what would be the steps almost of the pyramid would be that large.
They're just bricks. They're just blocked. They've been put there. Couple spots, it looks like somebody actually went in and did some patchwork. But they're... It's an amazing thing to see, even though this kid's looking at 3 years, and quite frankly, he should get it. You know what I mean? You have to do something to keep this from happening all the time.
I would imagine
we'll destroy these.
This would be highly illegal.
Look how high up you are when you're in a pyramid.
Shit. He went up quick for that height, though.
I'm surprised it's only 3 years. I thought he'd be looking, but it's 3 years in Egyptian prison. He'll probably never get out.
That's a lifetime.
All right, go back just a little bit too, because before we go, he starts climbing back down. But look at the view and look how the pyramids are made of the same color of everything around them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so strange.
Indiana Jones kind of dusty brown.
Is that in sepia?
It does look that way. But that's the whole thing. It looks like you could knock it down with a baseball.
Wow. That's crazy looking. First of all, the height is shocking, and I can't believe how quickly he made it up there.
Yeah, he climbs like a monkey.
He made it look very easy.
I went to this, TR sent this to me from out in LA. He gets all this weird stuff all the time, but his ability to climb, I went to his website, and he's just always on top of buildings and shit. He's just some crazy fucking kid who wants to climb up shit.
Urban explorer, that's what they call themselves.
I know this. I don't even think I'd buy a pyramid when you see the condition that they're actually in. Don't go to his website because that's not as big deal as the pyramid. The pyramid itself, though, shocked me. Now, these things are what, 4,500 years old?
Yeah.
There's no way a fucking alien came here and built something that fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
For what purpose?
Like an alien would have built it out of some kind of Pluto steel or some shit that we don't even have around here.
The steel is right from Pluto. It's very good.
But I can't imagine this kid doing something so stupid. Because, this is like being in a museum and climbing on.
Yeah, of course. But it's for the most part older than anything that you would see in most
a museum.
museums.
Yeah, unless we took it out of a pyramid. That'd probably be the only thing older.
That's insane. Oh, God. The way down is way more disturbing.
Well, they're going, we getting up is worse than going down. He's just walking down.
Oh my God, that is so crazy looking. So was he caught right there on the spot, or did they have to piece this together?
I don't know. That's a very good question. He
realized-
doesn't show himself. Could you imagine Chris just fucking stumbling down that thing?
Oh my
ass
God.
bouncing, brick after brick.
He didn't even make it down 4 small steps.
But in his defense, they were wet. And if there's any wetness at all, he's going to fall.
That's my weakness.
It is. And considering planet Earth,
Yeah, I'm
that's
kinda-
a pretty big weakness on this
I'm
planet.
annoyed with Egypt, the Egyptian government, for not upkeeping these things better.
That would be the exact opposite of what you want to do. You don't want to suddenly bring 1930s architecture into it. We're trying to keep what the Egyptians and Jews did so many years ago. But you see that? Go back right there. You see the brick. Go back.
Yeah.
Right
that
there.
they had.
Yeah.
They had to just put that in,
patch it up
to kind of help the structure.
It does look a lot worse than the giant bricks, though. The Egyptian ones, the old school ones. It just looks so shitty and out of place. The whole thing.
Yeah, but you got to make it work. It's a
can't-
faraway fox. It looks good from a distance. Because believe me, if someone would have said, "Oh, how the Egyptians built," I'm like, "Oh, you couldn't get a knife in between those blocks."
No,
I would have swore to it. I thought those things were tight.
And I didn't realize the height of each layer there. Like, I didn't realize there would be such a big distance between each large stone.
Now,
It's
here's
really
the deal.
bizarre looking.
This is the thrill of a lifetime, but is it worth 3 years? I mean, no, as far as I know, no one else has ever done this before. Certainly no one's ever done it with a GoPro. Maybe somebody might have done it drunk after their prom or something. But no one's ever climbed up there with a GoPro and seen that image that this kid has. But is this worth 3 years?
I don't think so. In 3 years in an Egyptian prison,
Hot-ass Egyptian prison, you know?
where
Eating fucking scorpions or whatever they're eating for lunch.
you have no hope of getting out of there and explaining yourself.
Yeah, and you don't know if the country's going to flip while you're in there. You know, all of a sudden, ISIS might just take over. Sean in North Carolina.
Yeah, if the kid had been thinking he'd have just set up camp on top of it, and when they got there to arrest him, well, how'd you get here? Well, I climbed the pyramids. Well, there you go.
I would have said that I just got up there like Jumper. That's where Jumper went up and had his lunch that day. That movie should have been bigger.
I would have just I would just act confused. Where am I? I don't know what happened.
Something happened to my head. Like that fucking hockey player who just turned around and laid out a ref. And then his defense was, hey, I just got checked. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
I don't know what I was
You didn't even
doing.
turn around and try to pick the dude up after you hit him.
I'm liable to climb a pyramid.
Hey, John, what's up?
Hey, buddies.
Hey.
Now, not only the enormity of the pyramids, Ron, but they look jagged because they were originally covered with limestone. Once it was finished, so it was white and gleaming and smooth. You weren't supposed to see that stuff.
Really?
Yeah. One of them still has a little bit left on the top of it. It looks like a white snow cap where it just hasn't eroded away yet. So, yeah, they put like 8 feet of limestone on it and polished it to a white shine.
Wow. What? See, that's the way I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really, really tight like that.
4,500 years ago, if you were working on the job site, you would have got to see it.
Yeah. Now, how long do you think it took them to build any one of these pyramids? Was it? Is he gone?
He's gone.
It would have been hundreds of years, easy. But then I'm wondering if they were building a couple pyramids at the same time.
I think it was at the same time. I think they were doing all 3 at once.
Yeah. Which pyramid are you working on?
I've been working on this one for my entire life, and I pray for death. Seriously. I'm going to wait until it gets high enough for me to jump off and die.
And the crazy thing is I don't like heights.
You think
It's a terrible line of work for me.
You're sitting there, you're working on like pyramid number 1, you look over and you're like, look at that fucking shit house they're making over there. I mean, that is shit. Anytime I've ever been around guys working on a building, they look at the other building like, look at that fucking shit house.
I guess
how do those guys look in the mirror?
If that's what Tut wants, fine. But we're about quality.
Yeah. It's going to take us a little longer. Renee, Ohio.
Yes. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Good. I just want to say that it's definitely worth the 3 years.
You would do the 3 years in jail?
I myself would not. However, I have 5 grown children, and I raised them to believe if you're going to do it, make sure it's worth it.
Yeah.
And one of them is in extreme sports, and he's taken, people that do this risk their lives. So knowing that they're going to risk time, they're going to calculate that in, and it's probably worth it to them.
So what do you do about worry when your kid's in extreme sports? How do you...
I sit there and hold my breath till I turn blue. I want to shit myself, but...
What kind of extreme sports?
He does I don't know if you've seen, like, in Utah, where they do the bikes down the canyon and jumps and all of that stuff. And it's scary. But, it's his decision. He's broken enough bones. He knows better. He's willing to take that risk.
We have the same thing. I mean, you have a son that's in the extreme sports. My producer walked down some steps, and they're both, they're risking it all every time that they step out there. I mean, Chris will gack up for 45 minutes, then a keg of beer, then tequila, and then, like, next thing you know, he's copping angel dust. And I'm like, it's extreme. It's not extreme sports.
But it's worth it to him. You know what makes sense to you.
Yeah, make it worth it is what I like to say.
It's for love of the game.
But you think that this kid, for the experience that he had, you're like, I get it. Go do your 3 years now. You got to do something other human beings
I
don't.
absolutely do, because my son, I told him myself, if you do what you're getting ready to do, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. This is when he was younger. And I'd see him pause and stop and think it through and then take the risk and know that I was going to beat the shit out of him. So, yeah.
All right, Renee, great talking to you.
Thank you.
Bye. It must be, like, being in extreme sports must be so much fun, but being a parent of someone of extreme sports.
Oh, yeah, because at least you're getting the adrenaline rush. She doesn't get to experience that part.
The most that she gets is relief.
Yeah, temporary relief. So that's the last time you're going to do that? Nope.
And I don't know. I mean, I definitely want to follow this story to see what they do with this kid. Richard, St. Louis.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, have you guys, so you always see the picture of the pyramids from far away where you can see the Sphinx and the desert in the background. Have you ever seen the pictures where they flip the camera around 180 degrees?
Just like a tourist trap?
Yeah, there's like a Pizza Hut right there. If you Google like the pyramids and Pizza Hut, you'll see pictures of people like sitting there eating their pizza, and you can just see the Sphinx and the pyramids right there in the middle of like downtown Cairo. It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you this: I would, if I came down there, I probably would want to have a goddamn personal pan for myself.
Yeah, it's a great location.
I might even take one up with it so I could have a little snack at the top of it. Just see a guy eating a fucking pepperoni pizza sitting on top of it.
This is beautiful. Your culture is incredible. The history.
Hey, Andrew in Jersey.
Hey, guys. Do you think the Egyptians laugh at the Greeks and the Romans? You know, they're like, hey, look at the Parthenon. Looks like a piece of shit. The Colosseum looks like a baseball field by the projects, you know?
Well, who do you think out of all the builders, you got the Greeks, you got the Egyptians, you got the Romans, which one are you most drawn to?
The Greeks for me.
Yeah,
Greeks?
I would say Greeks too. And I've been to Rome, and it was so beyond anything that I could comprehend. That's something to me that is so weird, is that you have no touchstone to figure out how long ago that was, because we have nothing in this country.
Well, we're 400 years over here or something like that.
So when you was like, this church is 150 years old, and you're like, wow, that is really old. And when I went to Rome, I could not wrap my head around it. I just couldn't.
There would be thousands. There's churches that are thousands of years old.
Yeah, it's insane, and structures that are still standing, and it's mind blowing to me. But I would love to see. I would love to see Greece, because they're kind of original gangster with that.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I was obsessed with Greek mythology, obsessed with Greek, enough that I felt like when I heard about past lives, I go, I probably was a Greek before then, because I liked the Greek stuff so much.
The old wars.
Yeah, I was crazy about the old war. Sparta was great to me. But I have to say that I remember reading this about London, and there's this spot in London where there's a fruit stand. and the way I read it, it's just an outside fruit stand like you would see here in New York City. That a fruit stand has been at that spot for like 800 years. You know what I mean? That somebody has had a cart with fruit there and has not ever made a permanent structure. And it's going on for like 800 years. And our country is what, 240, something like that?
Yeah. It's just insane. You're just like, yeah, this has been the go-to spot. 800 years of good fruit here.
All right, here's Skyscraper in Philly. What's up?
Hey, Bennington.
Hey.
Hey, I'm an architect, and I just wanted to let you know that the pyramids only took about 20 or 25 years to build.
Wow, that shocks me.
Yeah, because how are these people saying, they couldn't have ever brought the stone there, they didn't have anything to do with it?
Well, they had the workforce weren't slaves, but they were farmers who had to work seasonally. So in the seasons where they weren't growing crops, they worked on the pyramids. So they had hundreds and thousands of people to work at a time.
They weren't slaves?
I always heard that there were slaves doing it.
Nope, they were not slaves. No, there were encampments right near where the pyramids are built, where they would live while they were building them. But they've done excavations and things and see that they weren't mistreated and that they were farmers.
And what do you think that they were? Just something to the gods or something?
No, they were basically tombstones for the pharaohs. That was where or not tombstones, but monuments to the pharaohs, and they would be built. They would be buried there after they died. They would have all their worldly possessions and riches buried in the pyramids with them. But the problem was that because there are these great big, monuments in the desert, they're basically signposts to any thieves to say, "Hey, come dig here and get lots of gold and riches and stuff." So
I definitely would have went.
Yeah. So very early on, they were stripped of all that stuff. So that's why they started in later dynasties to bury their pharaohs all underground.
But here's the weird thing. Then over in South America, they had pyramid type things, right, with the Mayans and the Aztecs and all that.
Yeah, even in Mexico, like I've been to the ruins in Chichen Itza where they have smaller scale pyramids, pyramids you can climb on, or they used to let you climb on them. I climbed on the big one in Chichen Itza. They don't let you do it anymore. But yeah, they've had them all through South America, as high up, like I said, as in Mexico.
Now, all right, the question that we had earlier, right?
Uh-huh.
You're an architect.
Yep.
Who were better builders, the Romans, the Greeks, the Egyptians?
Well, they all kind of learned from each other. I mean, they each kind of had their own take on architecture. Like the Greeks borrowed a lot of stuff from the Egyptians, and the Romans borrowed from the Greeks. The Romans' big contribution was the arch. They could span a lot longer spans with the arches, but whereas the Greeks kind of built more out of I don't know what the word is. I guess the word is trabeation. It's basically post and lintel kind of stuff. They weren't as big monumental as some of the really big monumental Egyptian tombs and temples and stuff like that.
But we don't actually know who any of the architects are who did that. It's just we say, the Romans did it, but it's probably one dude. You know? Well,
there was one dude in Egypt, and they made him a god. His name was Imhotep, and he was like a big pyramid architect. There had been earlier pyramids than the Great Pyramids in Giza that were kind of stepped, like you can see where they kind of started at the base, and then they screwed up, so they said, all right, let's try something else. And so they're all in different angles, and this guy Imhotep is the guy who sort of perfected that pyramidal form.
Could you imagine you're working on a pyramid, it doesn't come out, and you're like, all right, guys, we got to tear this down.
Well, they didn't tear it down. They would just start the next layer. It's like, fuck, let's try something else. So.
I like that they gave this guy the props. You're like, you know what? You're so good at this. God status.
All right, thanks, man.
They made him a guide, yep.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
Here's Bob in Jersey.
Hey, Ronnie. Listen, I called the other day when you guys were talking about the end of civilization.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I mentioned an author to you named Graham Hancock. He has a book out called Fingerprint of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
And a majority of that book is about the pyramids. That guy's been inside the pyramid. There's chambers in there, the king's chamber, the queen's chamber. There's also shafts that run from the very base all the way up almost to the top that I forget if it's the spring equinox, but there's this one day of the year that shaft points directly at the North Star.
Yeah, I
But they
kind of
weren't
saw
burial
something like
chambers.
that in Indiana Jones, you know?
Yeah, right.
You line it up.
They weren't. He claims they weren't burial chambers, and there's never been any tombs or sarcophaguses found in any of them.
So you're just
these guys.
Yeah.
Him and Robert Bauval wrote a book called The Orion Mystery. They claim that that's an exact replica on the ground of Orion's belt in the sky.
So what's now you're going in the other direction that aliens did this?
No, not aliens, but probably, again, a civilization's far older than the Egyptians. A civilization that existed here before a cataclysmic event. The Egyptians occupied those. They were built, maybe 30, 40,000 years ago. Because they also claim in the book that there's damage and erosion to the Sphinx that could only have been caused by water. And the last time they had a significant enough rainfall in Egypt was 30,000 years ago to have caused that kind of water damage. It's a great book. I mean,
I'm going to definitely check it out. My buddy Kyle has written to me about it. This is a guy that also is into DMT and stuff like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mentioned it briefly the other day, but Joey Rogan's had him on his podcast.
Yeah.
At least 4 or 5 times. The guy's fascinating to listen to, whether you believe it or not.
Right.
But he does make some phenomenal arguments for it. And so it's definitely something you want to look into. And if you go to his website right now, the pictures from inside the pyramid are just great.
I'm going to definitely check out some of his books. Thanks, Bob.
All right.
Peace.
Have a good weekend, bud.
I can do it on my Kindle.
You're loving your Kindle.
Yeah, I am. I'm already getting a little bored with it, though. I've had it a week. That's about how long before?
Yeah.
I don't even get a wave from Lauren. She just walks by cold.
Oh, Lauren, how could
What's
you?
your problem?
Oh, she used to be a big waver. Did we blow her off somehow?
No.
I believe so.
I said hi to her the other day. She seemed cheery as always. Maybe she's got a lot on her mind.
Like what? Because of Brucey's sick?
Song from the 60s?
You don't think?
I always think. Every time he sneezes, I get worried. And I'm like, we got to put together a special. I didn't understand this Michael Phelps thing. It's up on the iBang. It's just about him being in a Speedo in front of a bunch of people.
Psyching everyone out. He pulled off a psych out.
Just a straight Speedo psycho.
Yeah.
The guy was shooting extra points, so he went out in a Speedo. It's really hacky, though. I mean, everyone should be embarrassed that you do stuff like this.
The only thing I'm disappointed about is he broke out the medals for it. I mean, I like the psych out, but don't bring the medals in.
I don't even like the psych out. Why can't your team just fucking win without this weird fucking thing that you're doing?
But it makes it so fun. You know how sports are boring until...
Come on in, darling.
Sorry, I wasn't being rude.
No, we didn't think you were being rude. We thought maybe you had a problem.
No problem.
Come on in and say hi real quick. You never stop by anymore.
I listen. I listen all the time.
Oh, good. I know Dennis is working on the Super Bowl of, I don't know, oldies or something. I forget he tried to tell me. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I never know whether he's telling the truth or not.
No. We don't get his humor out on the floor.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
It's very off the wall.
Yeah. I heard him and Roland screaming at each other.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. Just when I came back from the piss here, I think he was yelling at Roland, go eat a salad. Just going fucking crazy. I'm like, I'm going to get out of here. Yeah.
Too far.
Well, that's Denny. You know what I mean? He's crazy. Everything's okay with Brucey?
Everything's fine.
See, when I see you and you don't look happy, I'm like, oh, I hope Brucey isn't sick.
Oh, no. Everything's great with Brucey. We're good. We're still on the air.
If we do a special, if something happens to him, God forbid, who do you think they would allow doing any of the stuff? I think I should be part of it.
You better be.
I wasn't part of the Bowie thing, and I got to tell you, that got to me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, you always have a home on 60s on 6 on the Brucey Show.
I really...
Can have you voice some imaging or something.
I would love to. See if you like this. You're listening to the 60s on 6 with everybody's cousin, Brucey.
See, that's perfect. Can we isolate that?
Yeah.
Isolate that.
Look, I can do it at a drop of a hat if you need to. Now, we were just talking about Egyptians, and I guess that's why you put the eye stuff on. So that really works out that way. She does do it like an Egyptian thing with her eyes.
She does.
Are you dating anybody yet?
No.
Single lady?
As long as I've known you, you haven't.
I don't really date. Like, I just stay in the office. Literally, I'm here until midnight almost every night.
But never in your life have you dated?
No, I've dated in the past, but just not right now.
You're just a working girl right now.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just here all the time.
But have you had in your life relations.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I won't worry about this. This
You
is
don't
by
need to worry
choice.
about me in that
Then
department.
this is by choice.
Yeah, it's by choice.
What you need to do is date somebody who works here.
So I thought we were going to have like a dating competition.
We were
What
going
happened?
to, and then Fez had a heart attack.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Fez had a terrible heart attack. I mean, we could do a mystery date for you sometime, though.
Maybe it could be like somebody in the building, like get some employees, like blindly.
It should be Handsome Johnny Tube Steak. That's the one that the gals like.
Well, we work in the same department. That may be
too close, you think?
Yeah, it has to be not anybody in the music department.
Okay, so what other department? You want to fucking date an accountant?
Accounting,
I don't
HR,
think they won't be okay with that.
One of those losers who shows up on ice cream day. We've never seen him before. They're just standing in line.
He's on his third cone.
And we're like, we got to get back on the air, fucker. Is there somebody here that you like?
No, not like that.
What about Sway for you?
I like Sway.
Yeah.
We're good friends, but
Yeah.
not like that.
Okay.
Sway would be good, though.
He gave me a hug this morning.
Good.
So,
That's nice.
it's a nice start.
What about Jim Norton? You and Jimmy?
I don't know. I mean,
Kind of, right?
I don't know.
Do you guys have chemistry together?
Yeah, they definitely have chemistry.
I don't think we've been in the room, we've been in the same room enough for me to gauge it.
What is E-Rock cheats on his wife? Maybe that would be a thing. Oh, we're not supposed to even. I thought that everybody know it.
Dump out of that.
Okay.
You hit the dump button.
Well, definitely Sam not only cheats on his wife, but with people who look just like his wife.
Oh, my goodness.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
That's what he loves.
Well, that's
There's
smart.
a lot more drama to this place than I
Yeah,
realized.
he has a type. Sam has a type.
Wife.
Yeah. He likes girls that look like his wife. By the way, I never got to do a show this week.
No. I'm going to figure
I
it
put
out.
Joey on it, but Joey doesn't like to pay attention to stuff. Maybe I'll have Lauren look into it for me.
I just got a text from a listener that I know, Matt McCann, who's listening, and he
Yeah.
texted me. He said, "I'll date you." But the only problem is he doesn't work for SiriusXM.
You want to date someone that you share health benefits with.
Yeah, yeah.
That's smart.
But not necessarily conjoined.
But you know, we talked about this before. I wouldn't mind dating somebody who like works for the city. I mean, set up with pension, benefits, killer vacation.
Okay.
It's like everything built in. It's like I think that's the route I gotta go.
City workers out there.
sanitation,
Yeah.
fire department, police department.
I got a buddy that works in sanitation, and when that snow hit, he was like doing 16, 18-hour days.
You bank that overtime.
Making that
Bank
money.
Yeah.
Making that sweet money.
I have a friend who does that in Staten Island as well. And he's
Sanitation?
always, yeah, sanitation. He's out there plowing.
Seems like during the nice weather, it'd be great, but then I don't want to be picking up anything in the cold.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on the outside of a truck.
Yeah, you'd rather drive.
Even that looks like in the city, everybody hates you because you're stopping, and those guys never look up when the beeps start.
Mm-mm.
My Uber driver couldn't get to me today. I was fucking furious because he was stuck on a block away. I'm looking at my block. It's clear. And I said like this, "Sorry, I'm sorry. I have to cancel you. Don't you dare give me a bad fucking review." So they give you a bad review.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah,
They will do
nobody will pick up Gail because of the night that you were drunk in her car and then cracked your head open.
I've noticed my wait time is really up.
Oh, no.
And now I'm getting some 1 and 2 star drivers who are only willing to take me, a 1 or 2 star passenger.
Well, is there a way to check? To
Yeah.
see?
There is.
There is.
Yeah. I want to get to the bottom of that. Hey, by the way, the taxis have Arrow now, which is basically they're acting like they're Uber. The yellow
What
taxi.
is Arrow? I don't know anything
Same
about
thing
it.
as Uber, except for it's yellow taxis.
It's an app for the yellow cabs.
Really? So
Yeah.
they're trying to step up.
Yeah.
Say we can be convenient
So then
too.
Uber went 15% off today.
Oh, I'm Ubering.
Yeah. I tried to today. I ended up in a fucking yellow cab like a goddamn ham and egger. I felt like, was this got a strap I can hold on to like some Subway trash? I don't know what they use the Subways for. I just throw my garbage down there.
Don't! Track fires. God damn it, track fires.
Fires would be a great name for a fucking rock star.
With track fires.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for track fire. There's our man.
Dan the Man.
Dan the man.
Fifth Beatle.
You coming in, Dan? Got the perfect guy for you. Come on in. Send Dan.
Dan Perlman?
Hi, Dan.
Dan, this is our guy, Dan.
Oh, there was Dan Perlman. Dan the Man.
No, come on over and meet. Yeah, we're calling him Dan the Man right now. But he is... We call him the Fifth Beatle because we feel like he's part of our team.
Yep.
Even though officially, I guess he's not.
I don't think officially I am, yeah. That's
you
right.
are the fifth Beatle. By the way, you got a great radio voice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, the only person here.
Sounds good.
The only person here that has
It's
a
true.
great radio voice. Now, you're a single guy, right?
That's correct.
Now, Lauren is single, and she's looking for somebody who works here for, as you said, companionship and booty call.
That is correct.
Yeah. Does she work for you? Is this happening for you?
I don't think we work. Do we
Yeah,
work
you
together?
Chemistry, yeah.
We've never spoken, so
Well, I've said hi to you. Like,
yeah,
like
that's
your
true.
smile.
You're stuck up, though.
I'm not stuck up.
You really are kind of stuck up.
We work a few desks away from each other. He sits by Denny, and that's like a corner I try to avoid. So,
But you do have it girl vibe here.
You do, yeah.
I had no idea I had that status.
You do.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't.
I had heard that Anthony was fired because something was happening with you and him.
Oh, God, that is so not true.
Yeah, I heard abortion.
Oh my God!
You know what? Because I get a lot of my news from him.
Yeah,
that's
you
why
probably shouldn't. That might be a problem. But Ant might be.
I don't know. Would that violate my terms of employment here?
No. Well, everybody moves on and does other things. No, if you dated Tim Sabian, yeah.
Oh my God.
That would be terrible.
You can't.
So, Dan, you're not dating at all now, right?
I'm not, no.
When's the last time that you were in a serious relationship?
It was February of 2013.
Okay, so we're going back a ways.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, why'd that end so ugly? She's not dead. You didn't.
She's alive.
Okay, she's still with us.
It ended because I just couldn't deal with the fighting anymore.
All right, see, that's the thing. People are saying, how do you stay in a relationship? You just enjoy the fighting. That's the best thing to do.
How do you enjoy the fighting?
You just learn to live with it.
Yeah, you try to drive them crazy.
Especially if you lose the fights.
Why would you lose?
I back down because
No,
don't do that.
You're a back down guy?
Yeah, in some contexts, yeah.
Was she she had anger management problems?
Yeah, and there was a lot of mental health. It wasn't all.
You're in a crazy pussy.
Was she the jealous type?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did she
I could see where this was
periscope your
going.
fights?
No, I don't think Periscope was around.
No. We're dumped. We've already dumped out of that.
Good.
Completely fine.
We're running out
So
of
we're
dump.
just going to pick it up, I think, where the dump was. How long has it been since you've dated?
Uh-huh.
How long has it been since you've dated?
You want to keep it together?
Wonder how long it's been.
Been on a date?
Oh, no, been in a real relationship.
Yeah.
It was about 2 years ago.
Oh,
okay.
She's still alive, though, right? I mean, you didn't do anything.
Snuff? Was it snuff?
She's still with us?
She is still. There is a heartbeat.
Good. So why did you guys break up? Was it anger problems?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was part of it. Perhaps on both ends.
Oh yeah, I can understand. You guys fight a lot?
I'm afraid to talk. I don't want to get dumped out of anything again.
Don't even say that.
Okay,
This
dump
is
that.
all live.
Start the dump
This is
over again.
live.
I'm sorry.
So do you guys have any anger problems at all?
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely an issue. Yeah.
Was she the jealous type?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Did she have the periscope?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Dude, we were all the way up to the point we want it to be.
All right, let's take this back up.
You know
doesn't
what?
mean
I don't
anything.
Should we
I'm
take
just
5 or
asking.
just? Oh, all this is off.
It's a
Don't
very
even worry.
popular app.
No. We've already dumped out of this. Don't have to worry right now.
I gotta
Probably
shut my mouth.
Van Halen is probably running right
It's
now.
like Kaiser Soze. It's gone.
What's that mean?
Like that? Poof, he was gone?
Like that. Poof, he was gone.
I got somebody that works here that could be perfect for our date thing. I was going to say Joe. Now, the thing about Joe, he's not always aware of what's going on, though.
That could be good sometimes.
And then also, his roommate, Charlie, is an engineer here and has done very well with the ladies, up to the point where he and his girl liked each other so much they wouldn't leave the room and they would urinate into bottles and put it in the hallway.
That's
a classic
Charlie.
move.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh, you know
I
Charlie?
know Charlie very
Ooh.
well. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's our engineer for Brucey. He's always helping us out.
No one ever helps us out.
We can use help.
Yeah, our engineer is Vito. Typing. So Charlie might be the guy for you. I'd like to see you with the fifth Beatle, Dan.
Maybe, well, Charlie has a girlfriend, though. Is Joe single?
Joe is,
Or does
but
Joe date around? Because I hear the stories of Joe's promiscuous ways.
yeah.
I don't know about that.
Oh, boy.
Joe needs a finger in the booty, is what he says.
Oh, yeah. He's a finger in the booty ass bitch.
He's a finger in the booty bitch. Here's the deal, though. You've got to get. How long has it been since you've been in a real relationship?
I mean, I've been on a few dates, like, here and there, but they really haven't, like, gone anywhere. I would say maybe, like, around the same time as the fifth Beatle. Like, maybe, like, early 2014.
Wow.
Like, things really came to a stalemate when I started, like, working here a lot. Because this is what takes up all my time. It's like when you work in radio, it becomes that significant other. Which can be scary.
Not for me.
We still date.
Yeah, couldn't be here less. No, the thing is, are you into oldies music?
Not a ton, but I like, I can bear it.
She's crazy about the oldies.
I need someone, it's like, you gotta like the Beatles, Stones,
Oh, yeah, of
Creedence,
course.
you gotta know the Honeymooners, Twilight Zone, Three Stooges.
It
old
sounds
school
like
stuff.
you want to date your dad.
Like, I think we've talked about this in the past. My dad is my best friend, and he exposed me to all of this.
Oh,
so I
God.
think,
So-
like,
so
I don't
glad you
have
said
daddy.
all of this.
No, I don't have
I thought you were
daddy
gonna say to the
issues.
neighbors. Yeah.
No, but it's like, I feel like in my subconscious mind, I want to replicate that relationship I had with my father with my significant other. That's how I feel.
But do you ever do this? Like when your mom comes in, you're like, shut up! We're watching something!
Oh, yes, many times.
Oh,
Many times. She'll
geez.
talk over the line. Yeah.
Oh, that's daddy issues. Yeah.
It's a good daddy issues.
Yeah.
Good daddy issues.
That's going to be tricky.
But also you do, because I've seen your, I guess it's Twitter or Instagram, but you do a lot of Lolita stuff.
Oh yeah, I like older men. Yeah. So
you play up to it.
yeah, I mean, gotcha. That movie emulates a lot.
So your perfect guy would be James Mason. Lolita, I've got some bad news about your mother. But we're taking a car trip with Peter Sellers chasing us. By the way, that Lolita, right? Not the remake one?
No,
that they did? Yeah. And what are you doing? You should be making eye contact.
Sorry.
Do you got something you got to do?
No. I was just looking at the phone, silencing it so it wouldn't go off during your radio show.
I just want you to focus on her. And
Sure.
see if it's
Sure.
It's all about her.
Get some.
Yeah. I think, I'm asked to save marriages all the time. I'll be saving one very, very soon.
That's true. You are doing My Wife Hates Me Valentine's Day special. It's hosted by you, Ron Bennington.
Thank you.
And it's happening Tuesday, February 9th at 8 p.m. Doors are at 7 p.m. And you can go to comedyseller.com for tickets.
What do you think is the problem that you're always following around a young girl? But, and also that day, TJ Miller. We're doing the Unmasked with TJ Miller if you guys would like to come in and do this. I'm going to do a spy report right here. That's what you say, spy report.
Spy report.
Thanks for paying attention. He is doing a Super Bowl commercial. TJ Miller.
Wow.
Yeah.
The biggest honor there is.
He's got the big TV show that everybody loves that wins all the awards. He's got the Deadpool movie coming out. And now he's got a Super Bowl commercial.
He's got everything.
We're catching him right at the right time.
It's perfect.
He's the hottest man alive.
We got him.
Oh, you into him?
What?
Physically and professionally.
By the way, I want you to see Chris at the end of his Periscope today. This is the funniest thing I ever saw in my life. And yet at the time I didn't even laugh.
No.
Because I thought for sure he would be hurt bad.
I mean, it's a concern. I wish that it was the first time he had a injury during the day, but it's not. But it's definitely his biggest, not his first.
Oh, yeah, it's the best. You'll never be able to top this unless you get hit by a truck.
I do hang out in the street a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're an extreme sports kind of guy. This is extreme.
I love Red Bull. I mean, I get that joy.
Let's go with this.
One into Sirius XM. Bennington, noon. Raw Dog Channel 99. Big on Mass announcement happening. Peace.
Oh! Fuck! Jesus Christ! Yes, I did. It's still on.
Oh my God.
Motherfucker. All right, bros, we're going into Sirius XM. Bennington, noon. Raw Dog Channel 99. Big on Mass announcement happening. Peace.
Oh, fuck!
It's so fucking great.
Jesus.
Now, you hurt yourself earlier, right?
I was not expecting that.
And then the first scope I did, I was walking across the street. I was going in between cars. Rocked my left knee, was limping.
Now, like a week or two ago, you fell down running across the street.
Last week I was running across the street.
And what other scope injuries that you did?
I fell down in another one that where I think I was by the Rockefeller tree, and there was a curb there, and then I called it a ledge because I couldn't figure out the word for curb. And I fell there. And then I almost also fell today going downstairs with the selfie stick fully extended.
But I feel like when you said that, you were like acting like, who put this ledge here?
Yeah. He's like an idiot. Now, you're my tech savvy guy, right, Vito?
Yeah, I am.
That should be a vine. Just a vine that we could just hit.
Perfect.
Over and over and over of a dope falling down. Hey, I forgot all about this. We got Giannis Papas coming in next.
Nice.
He's going to be performing tomorrow night at the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Go to GothamComedyClub.com. Thank you guys for stopping in
Thanks
here
so
today.
much.
No, it's been a pleasure.
And I hope, seriously, if you guys get married, I'd love to.
You'll officiate.
Will you officiate?
Yeah, I'd like to officiate. And I want to make it like a satanic thing. You know what I mean? Like
Down.
a satanic wedding.
Buckets of blood.
Yeah, all that. All right, break?
Yep, break.
Giannis Papas in studio with us.
What's up? How you doing, Ron?
Dude, you're up because appearing in the New York Times.
I am. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was very, very, very cool.
Yeah, not for my comedy. For an apartment. So, all my real estate fans out there.
Now, how do they...
I'm on the hunt.
How do they find out about your apartment?
Well, my broker submitted me for the article. So, she's doing more work than my management, my real estate broker.
So, there you are, just sitting in a bachelor pad for a Brooklyn comedian.
Yeah, my girlfriend was real happy about that title, too. A bachelor pad. Yeah. Come to my fuck den, ladies.
You look good. But what, by the way, what
I look
subway?
A little chunky in that.
Yeah, what subway line are you on?
What sub? Oh, that's the R.
Okay.
To get to Bay, I'm in Bay Ridge now.
All right, so that's helpful because the L, the big word is, might be shut down for 3 years.
Yes.
Is that because of the slasher?
No.
Oh, God, I hate that guy.
God.
Slasher.
Yeah.
Talk about, like, living in a movie.
Yeah.
Watch out for the subway slasher. If someone handed that script in, you're like, dude, that's a little cheesy.
Yeah.
Let's go back and work on it.
They're like the guys, right? They just come and just slash and run.
Yeah,
it's like
slash
a weird.
and run.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of satisfaction you get out of that. But.
Well, it looks, if you look at it, he doesn't seem like a guy that's thought about it too much. There's something.
I don't know why I like it. I just do.
Yeah. Compulsive, is that it, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy looks intense.
Yeah, he is. He's intense.
Yeah, he's hunting. I'm hunting for an apartment. He's hunting for a face to slash.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to just guess, and I feel like I could be one of those people, like detectives. I think he had a bad childhood. I think that dude didn't have the best childhood. I bet he's never been to Disney World. Not the face slasher. You just hear about characters down there getting a slash across their Dumbo face. Hey,
no!
I guess I wasn't allowed to come to Disney World.
What do your parents got a duty to make you? That's such a niche thing to
really
slash
is.
a face.
Yeah, it really
I understand. your dad didn't pay attention to you, so you become a stripper. I know all those cliches.
Right.
What makes a random slasher?
Right, because that's not something you pass down to
Yeah.
your kids.
Like
You're
what-
like, well, my father was a slasher,
Right.
his father before him.
Yeah.
Come from a long line of slashers.
We're slasher people. By the way, the thing you said about strippers, ladies, don't share that something bad happened with you. You know what I mean? Like nobody would. You're breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, don't.
You really are.
Don't, yeah.
Just
You're a performer.
Yeah, make it seem like you like me. Not something bad. Not that I'm the lowest thing that could happen to
Do
a
your
person.
job. Do your job.
Yeah.
Be professional.
Yeah, man. Get in character. That's what you got to do when you show up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't go around talking about my, missed hugs and nobody paid attention to me. That's why I stand on a wood plank for chicken fingers.
Really is.
Try to impress strangers. I do my job, God damn it.
That is the
mediocrely well.
For a few moments, I feel the love. That little time of the applause and laughter. I am love.
That's really what it is.
Yeah. There's even Joan Rivers talked about like she couldn't give up that aspect. She felt like it was that momentary feeling of love. And I'll never forget because she would come in and just tell these stories. And I had no idea when she died she was worth $150 million.
My God.
And at $150 million, she's still, catching a fucking thing to go play Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah. I went and I saw her. That's crazy because I saw her like at some small room in the bottom of a restaurant, like not even too many years before she passed. Yeah, to think that she was worth $100 million then.
Yeah. She's just doing it because she loved it.
She was
And
so
she works
good
with
at it.
muscle.
Yeah, she was good at it, man.
But she seemed like somebody who was always working the muscle. You know what I mean? Like she was so...
It was constant.
Yeah. That her mind was constantly grabbing jokes and...
Yeah, and then she was like, I got to do the QVC thing I got to do today. You know what I mean? Like she had all these extra side gigs of just moving like a shark. That's why even at her age, it stunned me when she passed away. I couldn't believe it.
Well, she passed away because of the complications. Yeah, she was still ready to go.
Yeah.
She just went in for one too many Titans.
Yeah, that's the thing. She was somewhat addicted to that.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you say how good she is because if you even go back and watch her special.
Her last one.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
So funny. And she's like crawling on the floor, jumping around. What was she like? High 70s or 80? Like so energetic.
And then the last TV thing that she did with Louis that was
so funny.
Dark and funny and brutal. She did that thing, I Know Who You Are. That was that thing that person of it, like he caught exactly who she was because she would have this like little guard up and then, okay, I'm in a safe place and it would come down. Mm-hmm. But right away, every room that she walked into, and this is why she reminds me of Donald Trump. Like, if you said something, it changed immediately and she'd fucking tear into you. Right. And was always ready to. But if not, then you found out that there was a person that stuff protected, you know? But she was always ready to, and like every day people would say to her, Did you like Sarah Silverman? Do you like Amy Schumer? And she'd be like, I'm doing comedy, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to promote them.
Right. Well, you were saying that's why she really didn't like the idea of being called a legend or something because she felt like, but I'm still working. I'm still out there. So when you say it like that, she didn't want.
And she didn't want that Hank Aaron thing.
Yeah.
She got a game tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and plus as a comedian, she's smart because you have to kind of stay the perennial underdog.
Right.
You can't just be walking around the legend, it's like that's what happens to comedians like Eddie Murphy where they get so big you can't really be a comedian anymore.
You just stop, yeah.
Because comedians are about calling the emperor and having no clothes. You can't, if you become the emperor, what are you going to talk about? How great your day was?
That's why I always think it's brilliant when guys go, all right, I'm just going to step back because it doesn't make sense. Steve Martin did it at the height. He's just like, I can't keep touring around.
What do you do from there?
Sucking money into from all the clubs when I show up. It's crazy.
It's so different from music. Like you get to that rock star level, you can just coast on that. But comedy, it's like you're up here, you're just not going to be funny anymore. You're not going to have anything funny to say. You don't live in society anymore.
No, you're above it.
You're like, it was a weird day today. You know, my limo driver was 15 minutes late, and there was supposed to be 18 strippers that showed up, and it was only 16. I mean, come on, people.
No, I'm gonna.
You ever have that happen?
I'm gonna bring that fucker out here right now and fucking threaten him in front of him. Yeah,
my fucking financial investor. God damn, I lost a couple million.
That is the truth, though. But we want that in rock stars. We want the rock stars to come down from Olympus.
That's true. But there is that thing that happens with songwriters, where it's like the difference between when the first album before they were well known, and then it's just like the road is hard. Like that's all they can kind of write.
The road's so hard, I'm lonely.
I'm in a hotel room.
Lonely on the top.
But it's really funny too. Like comics will do the same thing, and comics will do like, don't you hate it when the maid comes in and wakes you up, and you're like, dude, most people are out of a hotel like a fucking shot. Real people never sleep till 11:30 in a hotel room. They're just gone.
Yeah. And they do the same thing about flying. It's a lot of flying.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know, people are like, I dealt with that once this year. When I went to Barbados for an all-inclusive.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I haven't flown since 9/11.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of it.
I really don't know what the airport in Des Moines is like. Never been there, never will go.
You know, for all the rock stars that we've had die in planes, has there been a famous comedian who died in a plane?
Oh, they die. They don't die.
Well, they die.
They don't die in the sky, man. They
cardiac
die.
arrest.
Yeah, they die.
Yeah, the road kills them, but
swollen heart or liver.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
I'm
can't
trying to think
of one.
Yeah,
yeah.
And
I
when
mean,
you
a
think
lot
of
of them were high, so they were up somewhere. They were high at least.
But if you think of like Otis Redding and Skinner, I mean, that's Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
It's a long list. And comedians, there's comedians in the air constantly.
Yeah, it's musicians and baseball players. We lost a few.
Yeah.
Thurman Munson, Roberto Clemente died in a plane clash.
They clash.
Big coffee crash. Yeah, this is a good thing about being a comedian. I woke up 13 minutes ago.
By the way, they never found Roberto Clemente. It still bothers me to this day. Never found him. And he was on his way to take like food to people in South America.
On his way to be a good dude.
Yeah.
Good looking out, God.
Yeah.
Good looking out, man.
Yeah. That's why I just, I don't do anything for anyone. I'm not the next Roberto Clemente.
Yeah, because shitty people live forever. You ever notice
a comedian?
That?
Wait. Is this a famous person?
I've never heard of them. They're a Christian comedian.
They died in a plane?
In a plane
By
crash.
the way, that's not a comedian.
Grady Nutt. That's his name.
Well, don't.
The Great Grady Nutt? Before we start this set, I want to, just everyone bow their head for a little prayer, and we're going to do some chuckles today.
I don't know how you could be a Christian comedian with the name Grady Nutt. That seems like right there we can't book the guy. Because they're the titters that would start.
Grady Nutt, ouch.
Yeah, right, there's Grady Nutt. He looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, he does look like a fun guy. And it was Christian-related humor, or he just happened to be...
Christian humorist.
Okay.
What year was this? The Grady
82 he died in.
Oh, God, yeah, well, air travel had only been a couple days old by the time that happened with him.
He was the prime minister of humor, is what he told himself.
It says that someone else can take over that job. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome the prime minister of humor, and don't laugh when you hear his name. It's Grady Nutt.
They forget to clap. They're just laughing so hard.
Grady Nutt.
The devil wants you. The devil wants you to
praise Jesus.
Yeah.
But people don't laugh. They just praise Jesus. Yeah. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus.
So Far So Good was the big album that he had out?
Yeah.
Grady Nutt.
That came after the prime minister of humor.
Sure.
That was his Pinkerton,
That was his killing. That was his Chappelle killing him softly.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Far So Good. By Grady Nutt.
His last album, did you hear something weird with the engine? That was probably...
That one got dark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He went dark towards the end. Well, I guess Jesus needed a laugh is what happened.
How ironic is that the one comedian who died in a plane crash was a Christian comedian.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. God takes only the ones who do his his work down here.
Yeah, his work.
Giannis Papas is in studio. Giannis is performing tonight and tomorrow at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Doors open at 7:15 p.m. Go to GothamComedyClub.com for tickets and more information. And go to GiannisPapas.net for all additional dates.
Yeah.
Very, very funny man. Hated by his own people, the Greeks, but everyone else enjoys it.
They really are split on me.
Yeah, is that
they
right?
are right down the middle. And it's usually an age thing. Older Greeks, not huge fans usually. The young ones, they like it more.
Well, is there stand-up comedy in Greece? Is there people in Greece?
You know what? I think they do have some sort of comedy scene, but it's not like here. Not like in a lot of places.
If I was going over there, I'd just do a bunch of Turk jokes, no matter what comes up.
Yeah, you just crush. Go up there. Fuck the
yeah, they suck.
God, they hate
How
them.
about these Turks?
They have every right to.
They
because
do.
For 4,000 years, they're going like this. Shh, you hear some Turks? I mean, anytime you're just trying to relax, here come the Turks.
The Turks.
Yeah.
400 years of enslavement, basically.
Yeah, all new names every time they come over.
Oh, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
On my old show on Fusion, we did a segment with Ancestry.com, and they took my DNA. I am 26% Turkish.
That's
That's a lot. Yeah, I'm a lot.
Well, that's from
a rape, probably.
Yeah, probably rape.
Yeah.
So that's the weird thing is like, I'm sorry that the rape took place, but at least I'm here.
But happy to be here. Yeah.
And all of us are probably products of rape.
Everybody's got to have a couple somewhere.
But you've got rape in your bloodline, and you also have the coward gene because someone in your family ran away from the war that killed everyone.
Right, yeah.
Someone got up and ran away from their friends and made it back to town.
Yeah.
A long line of hiders.
Yeah. As their children are being drugged up. And I can have more. But that's weird to know that much.
That was weird, yeah.
Of the hated Turk is in you.
Yeah. That's weird. It's really weird. You know, I feel like if everyone did that DNA test, there'd be a lot less racism. People would be like, oh, man. I think Joe DeRosa, you know Joe DeRosa?
Yeah, sure.
He did it. He found out he was like 10% Ethiopian. And he had this great bit about it.
Wait, only 10%?
He had this great bit where he was talking about he went and found this out, and he's adopted, so he didn't have any European DNA. So he's like, not one drop of white blood. He just found out he was just like a swarthy, like African Arab.
Well, really, if you look at him, to me, he's always looked like a 1950s game show panelist.
He does, yeah.
He always, if I was him, I would have done that old style thing. But I love it when he wears the big, thick glasses, too. It's always the best look for him.
Yeah. I mean, but now that I know that, like, about his DNA, I could picture him, like, huddled in some ancient quarter trying to hawk me a rug, you know?
Sure. Like a zebra.
Yeah.
Just...
My friend, come here, my friend. Good price for you, my friend.
It never sounds friendly, does it?
No.
It's just the most aggressive. Look at him, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Handsome guy.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine.
He actually does the thing that's made me laugh maybe harder than anything ever made me laugh is new material Seinfeld. That fucking puppet thing that he was doing.
Oh, what did he do? I never saw that.
It was Seinfeld as a puppet, and he really wasn't confident in his material at all. And it was on the Pete Holmes show, and every time it came on, I would scream. I would be laughing. So, is this working? Here, let's play a little bit of it.
Hey, new material. How are you?
I'm not doing great.
Not doing so good?
Had a bad show tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're working on some new stuff?
That's right.
Well, why don't you, we're both comedians. Why don't you run some material by me? We'll see what's up.
Pete, listen up. Here we go. Got this new bit about pasta boxes. They always got that little window so you can see the pasta. What, does Rigatoni need a room with a view? I know what I'm buying. They don't do that with cereal. Take cereal's word for it. Rigatoni's untrustworthy or something?
I think Seinfeld was watching that going, that's a pretty good bit, actually.
That's as good as anything Seinfeld's written.
Exactly.
Good. Here's another thing. Beds.
Beds.
You got your king bed. You got your queen bed. What are we naming all the beds now? And why aren't that king and queen sleeping together? Trouble in paradise, Pete.
Yeah, the king and queen are married. They should be together.
I don't care for that. Don't riff. How about the twin bed, Pete? That's the only bed you can't fit twins in. It's too small. The bed's too small.
Oh my God, this is great.
It's amazing.
I got to talk to him about this.
It's too small for twins. The only bed.
How about those overalls? You ever see a pair of overalls? Why are they called overalls? They don't cover all of you. They don't even cover your arms. They should be called overmosts. They're not even going near your shoulders. Over some. I think the guy that invented the overalls didn't have arms to him. They were fine.
That's good. That's ready to go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's ready. Here, hold on
I'm
one
not done.
sec. Hold on, new material.
Sorry, it's a little uncomfortable down here. I got a guy's arm jammed up my ass. And he is elbow deep.
Yeah. Now who's riffing?
Now, I'm not done with the overall thing. They got overalls over. They got underwear under. What's in the middle, Pete? You got no clothing named after the middle. I want to know what goes under the overalls but over the underwear. That's good, right? Is that funny?
Is that good? That's good, right?
Close to real Seinfeld stuff.
I'm going to be honest with you, Pete. I don't feel good about this material. I'm willing to give you $50 for that baby names routine.
That's really funny shit.
I don't care if the riffing is hilarious.
Yeah, it's so funny. But you're right. He had material that was as good as prime Jerry material.
Yeah.
It was a little too good.
Yeah.
He was getting real laughs on those jokes.
Why's rigatoni in a window, Pete? That he would say Pete every time. You know what I mean, Pete? I don't know if this material's working. And he swore that he was going to bring the puppet in one day. But I would seriously, I don't know what it was about that. I would laugh like a child.
Because it was fucking
every
hilarious.
time that was on.
It's hilarious. God.
You know, I would tell Chris, I go, tweet to the Pete Holmes Show and tell him to bring back. I would just be like a fan, wanting that bit to keep coming. I think he's done like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
And it's fucking, there should be a special.
Yeah,
they should replace the Muppets.
They should have just turned the Pete Holmes Show into that show. Maybe it would have saved the Pete Holmes Show.
At that point, he might have got a cease and desist from Seinfeld. Like at a certain point.
An entire show.
You gotta say enough, guys.
Not Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What's funny to think about is like when he was probably thinking of those, they were probably just laughing. First thing that came on their mind, rigatoni box.
Yeah, right.
All right. What's the deal with the window?
Yeah, what's going on there? Hey, you know, it's not working.
So Seinfeld considers himself this great wordsmith, you know, very just like, you know, economic about every single word. Fucking DeRosa's just sitting there spitting them out. You're like, actually, that sounds like a great Seinfeld.
He's like, damn it. But I'm new material, Seinfeld.
Right.
I have new material.
Yeah. Well, he made that whole documentary about struggling with his new material. Remember that comedian?
Yeah, comedian, yeah.
Just how tough it is.
It's really
just going
hard for
from.
him.
He went from town to town in the same town.
Yeah,
He just
basically that documentary was about him struggling to be a comedian in modern times. Wow, guys have really gotten good. They don't just talk about the fucking soap dishes anymore. Man, this has gotten harder.
Lint rollers.
Pen in hand, just saying lint roller.
Yeah.
Oh God, something's got to click here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they were, you know, back in those times, like in the 70s, guys would come in and they would do like a year and a half before they got their Tonight Show spot. You know, they weren't fucking ready for that shit.
Right.
They weren't ready to go.
Right.
There was only like 18 fucking comics, so they had to take them.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got on that and it was just like, all right, there you go. You're a
you're
star.
done.
Now it's just like a good tape for the internet. You're basically just asking shows, hey, can you guys make like a 5-minute tape for me that can go on YouTube and clubs can play before my weekend so 15 people show up as opposed to 7?
Maybe if they hear Jimmy Fallon say my name. But it's true. Brenner was telling me when I did the Unmasked with him that his entire life had changed after that 9 minutes. Everything had changed. Yeah. Who else? We had different guys. David Steinberg, same situation that they went down, saw him in the Village. He's playing in front of 8 people, and he goes up and does the Tonight Show, and they asked him. And then the next night, just lines around the block. Oh, he actually got it from a New York Times article. The New York Times said, hey, there's a bright young comedian.
All right.
And suddenly
damn
people
it,
were just
bright young comedian.
up.
Not a guy with a new apartment. Here's a guy with a new apartment in Bay Ridge because he couldn't afford anything else. So you had to go scavenge deep into Brooklyn.
Yeah, you can see Staten Island from your house. You really are a New Yorker.
The bridge is so great.
Yeah, he had me sit on the coffee table. That was an awkward photo shoot. Just me and him in a half-furnished apartment. I was like, you might just want to get an angle where there is a couple of pieces of furniture.
It does look like you got nice light there, though.
Yeah, the lighting's great, and I got a good view of the Freedom Tower. So every night I go to bed, I salute and fall asleep with my harem of bitches in my bachelor pad. I couldn't believe she did that headline, dude. I was talking about my girlfriend in the interview. It's like, yeah, I got a girlfriend.
How can we make this sexier?
Well, really,
first of all, get him on that coffee table.
Yeah.
You know, I usually sit on the couch. No, that's not going to work for us.
Not for a stud like you. You got to admit, young attached comedian in Brooklyn, it doesn't work. I wouldn't read that.
Sex sells.
Yeah. But
Plus,
if I see Bachelor Pad, I go, I want that life. I want to read this article.
You know what I was pissed about? She put my age. It's like, don't call it a bachelor pad and then tell them I'm fucking 40. You know how pathetic that is? 40-year-old gets a 400 square foot fucking sad ass room in Bay Ridge with a kitchen in the living room.
Well, he's older than Peyton Manning, but nowhere near in that tax bracket. You know, I swear to God, they just started calling Peyton Manning 39-year-old Peyton Manning out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And now that's the only thing that they call him.
Yeah.
He's not Peyton Manning. He was always Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Now he's 39-year-old.
Now he's 39-year-old Peyton Manning.
I always find that bizarre in any news article anyway, if you're specifying the age of someone and it's not.
We're so age obsessed in this country. It's
mean, if it's a crime or something and like the person is over 18, 19 years old.
It's pertinent information.
Like, yeah. Other than that, what's the point?
I hope that they just start and saying 180-pound woman.
They're putting the weight instead of the age.
I really hope they don't start doing that.
You know, it's messed up. So I always search if they don't put the age. Like I want to find out. I don't know.
How old is that dude?
Yeah, I just want to know. It's like I don't know if I'm conditioned to always see the age because like if it's not there, I'm like, where's the fucking age? I know this is an article about artichokes or something.
Yeah.
But how old is this guy who has this recipe with artichokes?
I think actresses complained to IMDb because their age was put in there and they wanted it taken out.
Yeah, I would like it taken out because for whatever strange reason, my boyfriend is the same way where he always wants to know the age of, I don't know if maybe that's something that happens at a certain age. You want to know everybody's age.
Well, you definitely want to know the age of people who die.
But yes, that I understand.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, how old was he? But just any, whatever, random actor. For whatever reason, the morning starts with coffee, and then he goes on IMDb and tells me how old everyone is. And I'm like, oh my God, I do not care. Why are you telling me this?
That's so funny.
Yeah, my ex was on Doug Stanhope's podcast last episode because people have been fucking tagging me in it, and she was trashing me on his podcast, and he asked her age, and like she begrudgingly told the truth. And she was like, and he was like, he just called her old, and I got some satisfaction. He's like, oh, you're old.
What was her beef with you? What's the?
We broke up. She's a comic, and we broke up, and I don't know, he's going through a breakup, Stanhope.
Oh yeah.
So he asked her about, I know Stanhope, and he knew we were dating at that time when I first met him, 5 years ago, whatever. And, he just asked for the details, and she really went into it a little bit. So, yeah. And so that
now, did she do it comedically or?
No, it was just like, yeah. No, she didn't. She always, that's kind of beyond her capability anyway, to do it comedically. Shots fired! Pow!
Snap.
Well, now she is missing out on that view of the Freedom Tower.
That's right. Mm-hmm. She's, she's got a couple of apartments, so I don't know. No, I don't know what she's doing. She's doing well.
Here's what you can think of as the Freedom Tower, too. That is the world's tallest empty building. So when you look at that, there's still no one in there.
Who's going to go in there?
No.
That Chris Rock bit is so true, man. It's like, he did that on SNL. He was like, who's going to, I don't want an office in there.
Well, a couple people have flirted with it, and then their employees go, we don't want to be in there.
Your first day, you just see a plane going, you're like, I'm fucking out of here, dude. I couldn't do it. I thought I could do it. I can't do it.
We see planes when we look out the window here, But that place.
That's the Freedom Tower right
there? That's a nice view.
Yeah.
Unless you're trapped.
Yeah. I was about to say, it's the same view some other unfortunate people had.
Yeah.
That's I get it. I mean, it'll probably just be the world's tallest monument for a long time.
The whole 9/11 thing to me seems to be like the most forgotten about and remembered thing at the same exact time. You know what I mean? It comes up a lot, and yet it doesn't feel the same.
Well, it depends on who you are. If you're Steve Renazzisi, then it's going to come up a real lot. What a hero that guy was, huh?
You know what's amazing is that he can still talk about it. He's kept it together after all these years.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't even know how he had the courage to get back up on stage so quickly.
Well, he says everywhere he goes is with a zip cord now. I mean, you can't be too careful.
What a strange fucking thing that was. He was booked to do his first interview after that happened on my show, 2 Point Leads, because he's a sports fan. He's doing those Buffalo Wild Wings commercials and stuff. And he didn't cancel for till the day before the interview. We had him booked before any of this stuff broke. He was going to promote his special. He was coming on. And so we thought he was coming in. So we were writing ideas. And the one we settled on that we were going to do is I was going to do a straight to comic interview, but we would just have a guy in an elephant suit sitting right behind me. And we had all these questions that geared alluded to, we'd have the numbers 9 and 11 and in the questions. So, when you go to a show and there's 9 people that show up, do you sometimes wish it was 11 so you could get the bonus? But he canceled at the last minute. And,
That was a thing too, because a lot of people came in and defended it, and we all make mistakes. I'm like, yeah, we do. We have all do horrible things, but the 9/11 one is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, he just kept going with it, going on podcasts. Oh, it was a tough day.
Yeah. But luckily with my Navy SEAL training, because that's the shit that you get in real trouble with. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that's
faking that you're a veteran or...
Yeah. Yeah, because that's that thing in 9th grade when the pretty girl shows up and goes I hear you telling people you're fucking me. And you're like, what? Who said that? Disgusting. What did some people are saying that? No. No. Because that's the type of, there's certain things you just can't get away with.
I'm a victim of this rumor too.
Yeah. I feel as bad as you do right now.
I actually did 9/11 disaster relief for 3 years. I helped the victims. Yeah. And, when I saw that, I was like, fuck, maybe I should have used that a little more.
Right.
In my come up. Hey guys, I'm a hero.
You're holding out for me.
I should have just joined him in that bit. Me and Renazzisi, we were in there.
You couldn't say no.
He's glaring at you.
Remember that day, me and you? The fucking stairwell.
I saved you.
Yeah, you did, I guess.
could not. That's hilarious.
We saved each other.
It would have been like an improv bit where we just had the yes and the whole line. And you were in the stairway. And I was there with you. And remember when we pulled that woman out? Yes.
Yeah.
She was right. Yeah.
Giannis Pappas is in studio. Giannis is performing tonight and tomorrow at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Doors open at 7:15 p.m. Go to GothamComedyClub.com for tickets and go to GiannisPappas.net for all of the additional dates.
Thanks, man. Yeah, come get those last. They're almost all sold out. There's a few left, but there's still some tickets left for a few shows. So please.
You gotta push that, Chris. I mean, there's
only a couple tickets left.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta go to GothamComedyClub.com.
Yeah, make it sound good. Yeah.
You gotta go to this. You want to see Giannis, don't
Maybe
you?
I'm lying. Maybe all this Steve Renazzisi talk. I'm just like, it's almost sold out, guys.
I like Chris is doing the angle of like when he's saying it, he's like a newsman.
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing a newsman.
Breaking news here. There's not enough tickets left. You gotta see Giannis.
Thanks, man.
But you truly are, like I said, the funniest thing ever is when you came in doing the diner.
That was my first time in, right?
Yeah,
Mr. Panos? Yeah.
So I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, I just put up a new video. It's actually doing well. People like the new one. It's about vacation tips to Greece.
Now, these are basically is based on people that you knew, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is, I'm Greek, right? So it's like, my mother is basically Mr. Panos. That's basically my mother, yeah. I even videoed her a few times. Like, you bring up anything that criticizes the Greeks at all, she turns from like a nice old Greek woman into like Stalin immediately. She's like, the Greeks gave us democracy. They saved the world from the Germans in World War II. Don't you have ancestors? The world has to be thankful for our ancestors. Like, she really thinks the Greeks, can do no wrong. Even though, like, me and my brother right now are dealing with all her financial issues over there because she owns some property, and we're just getting fucking robbed left and right. That place is a banana republic. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It is kind of embarrassing considering the history of, like, how corrupt Greece is. It just is. And that's
and it's just been for forever.
Long time, yeah. It's just, I mean, it would, like, Greek taxi drivers are famous for, like, the price is a suggestion. It's not really a price, as more of like a deal. Yeah, they come up to like cigarette hangout. They like assess where you're from. If you're a tourist, you have like, if you're a tourist, you get like a different meal than like a Greek. Like if you're a Greek, you get like the fresh fish. If you're like, based on the country you're from and how much they hate you, is how many days old your fish is going to be. So if you're like, you're German or Turkish, that's food poisoning. That's the scale. And then they go back from there. Italian, they hold a grudge to Italian, the World War II invasion, that's fucking food poisoning. So it's like, they don't really like, that's what I do like about the Greeks is like, they hate everybody. Yeah. So it's like, they don't specify. They kind of just hate everyone because they really believe that they're the best. Greeks are like the Al Bundy of countries. You know how he used to talk about his football days? Yeah. That's like the Greeks. Like they're basically a shoe salesman right now, but they just talk about their fucking glory days when they invented democracy and that whole period.
Theater. What else? What is everything that they say comes out of Greece? It's basically theater.
Culturally accepted pedophilia. They always forget about that one.
Yeah.
Lawful and culturally accepted boy fucking, where they cut the nuts out and fucked eunuchs. That was a part of it too.
The sad thing, that one didn't catch on. You know what I mean? That's what makes me feel bad. The one
it's a hard
thing.
sell.
Yeah. I'd rather have that than democracy. That's for sure.
Some juicy boys would be nice.
Actually, if you look at what's happening right now in our country, and if you watch, the election that's going down, we're heading in the same direction, dude.
Yeah.
Like we're like all the great powers surrender it, and it looks like it's happening now with us. Like,
dude, this election,
we're done.
It's like, my God, bottom of the barrel. Like, there's not any dude out there or woman
or
out
chick.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. Trump is hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not going to the debate. He just not like, this is. Do you remember when you used to have to like be presidential? Like you had to watch what you should have to watch. You're running for president, you know? It's not like you're manager at Denny's. Whether you're running for president, you should be vetted and like have to, because even the people who don't vote for you, you're going to represent those people. And like, do you remember like Howard Dean when he was the front runner for the Democratic, a shoo-in to win?
Yeah.
And like he slipped up once.
He yelled.
He went, it's one, just one, and the whole country was like, "That guy's not fit to be president. We can't have chicken noises like that."
A loose cannon.
Yeah. Now Donald Trump's like, "Kill what's my immigration plan? Kill all the Mexicans." Next question. And I don't like that bitch's face. Next question. And everyone's like, "That guy's gonna make America
we're
great
like
again."
2 elections away. A guy going to a debate with no shirt on. I mean, he'll have his shirt will be tucked in the back of his pants.
It's really gotten crazy, man. It's it's like picking a president this year is going to be like trying to, like a vegan going to a steak restaurant trying to find something to eat.
I also have the feeling that Hillary is not even going to be running. Like they're going to yank her fucking card.
You think that's possible?
Yeah, I think it's very possible. I've been reading a lot of stuff about the FBI. If they release that thing and she has to go to court, they just hand it to Bernie Sanders. Yeah. We'll just have Bernie Sanders.
We can't. I mean, Bernie just can't be president, man. Not so much because of his policies or anything, which I don't know that much about, but it's just like he doesn't look like a president, dude. He looks like a guy who's been working at the DMV for 20 years or like teaching math to urban youth at Erasmus High. You know, like he can't have a president fucking from Midwood. Like sounds like he's from Midwood, Brooklyn. Going to talk to Putin like, "Hey, you guys, you want the bagel? You want me to get you a bagel?" He's like a small old man, dude.
Yeah.
The presidency ages you. Like, what? He's gonna be a fucking skeleton.
It is true.
Yeah.
He's done his aging too quickly already.
He's already, you know what I mean? Like, you just can't.
If we look back and go, "Oh God, look how young he looked 8 years ago."
What is he going to be?
That's what he's saying. If the kids don't shut up right there, there's going to be extra homework.
Yeah, he looks like he just turned around from a spitball that hit him in the back of the head. Who did that? Who was that? So I don't know, man.
Giannis Pappas is in studio.
Oh, he is.
He's performing tonight and tomorrow at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. There aren't many tickets left.
There you go.
You got to do what you got to do to go see him, because you go to GothamComedyClub.com for those tickets and more information. And for the rest of his dates, you go to GiannisPappas.net.
That's where you find them, people.
You know why we're saying this? Tommy Chong is on CNN said, pick Sanders to legalize pot.
I don't think that's a cause that really you need. That's happening, dude.
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah. And by the way, I don't know whether it's the best thing that's ever happened. As a guy who smoked pot many, many decades.
You want to know what it is? Because it's so easy now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, there's nothing wrong with pot, like as far as like it being on the scale with alcohol. It's better for you than alcohol. Right. But you can't like crack a beer at your desk, you know?
Like you can vape?
Like you can vape, dude. Like when I remember like when I was working at Fusion, I have to go in every day to work, and like they have these pens now where you don't need, there's no smell. So guys are just sitting there smoking weed 24 hours a day.
It's our whole music department. If you go down there to talk to them, they think they needed to listen to new music, and you're just down there and you just can't get an answer out of it. Like, is there one person here I can find out what this email meant?
Huh? Everyone's just stoned out of their mind.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, everybody down that fucking hall. I try to stay out of that area.
It's a contact vape.
It is. And how do they feel like that's their job? I mean, if you're picking something while you're high, why would you think it's good? You didn't know the amount of, if I was like a food reviewer, how many fucking, I would say that Mary Jane's is better than Surf and Turf. How the fuck am I know what I'm saying? You couldn't trust me. We're putting songs on that are shit.
That is true there.
But yeah, there is that thing of, now that and it's actually much more powerful than it's ever been before. I guarantee you that pot that I smoked wouldn't get anybody high today.
I
We enjoyed
remember, yeah, like the weed I even smoked as a kid, man. We used to call it Myrtle Dirty in Brooklyn. It was just like fucking a couple twigs. So you were just smoking, you'd hear that pop from the seeds.
Yeah,
when
right.
it was all seeds would pop. And now, yeah, I took there's all these types. Like cause like I don't smoke weed, but like once in a while, like I'll take a hit cause that's really all you need.
Right.
One hit and you're just like holding furniture cause it's so strong. And it has all these names. Like mine was called like Big Purple Daddy or some shit.
Sure.
And
sure, he says.
Are you weed smoker?
Yeah, there's Blue Dream, there's OG Kush, there's Killer Kush. I mean, it just goes one thing after another. Sour Diesel, whatever. It's just all
You
random.
smoke every weekend?
Yeah, I smoke every weekend.
Just the weekends?
No, not just the weekends. Also, most days.
You said you smoke every weekend like a parent. That's like a modern parent in the future. It'd be like, do you smoke every weekend?
I see him scope, and he's so drunk and fucked up all weekend long. He just got sober yesterday from his weekend drinking and losing football games.
Yeah,
You got them all dried out now.
Yeah.
Yep, sharp and focused.
He's I'm drinking, I lost the game, so I'm doubling down on the next game. It was just fucking digging himself in a deeper hole.
Yeah, I'm a mole person.
It's
right
called
now.
a degenerate gambler. Is that what you're
Yes,
trying to
that's
say?
yeah, that's the word. But
mean.
along
It's mean,
with
to be
a
honest.
pill out addict, alcoholic, and I'm going to guess some kind of a weird masturbation thing. I can't stop. I mean, there's no reason not to believe that doesn't play into it.
Like all flavors, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I decide.
I'm thinking trannies. I'm thinking the kid likes trannies.
I
no?
think he's got a kazoo in his ass.
now.
Some shit you never even heard of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the vaping also. It changed my life when I got the PAX vaporizer.
You like that better than smoking pot?
Yeah. Well, it's not like the juice. It's just you actually put bud into it. And the PAX vaporizer just like it's an oven. It doesn't set on fire. It just heats it up till you can smoke it. And it's great. You're smoking anywhere.
Who's your weed dealer? Is it a guy in your neighborhood? Or?
There's delivery. There's delivery services.
And that you don't worry about that?
No.
It's not still the Cartoon Network, is it? Remember? That's fucking blast from the past. Holy shit. They literally used to call themselves the Cartoon Network.
And they were everywhere in New York City.
Yeah.
Is there like an app yet? Like a seamless for
that's
weed?
Really?
Yeah.
There is in California and Colorado and Oregon. There are apps.
Yeah. That's
Do you watch your weed dealer come into your house in his car?
We're so close, guys.
That's what I love about seamless because it's like just when you thought something was as convenient as it could be. I mean, I used to think like somebody else cooking your food, driving it to your house and handing it to you was the most convenient thing possible. But Seamless was like, nah. Seamless was like, we can make it. Seamless was like, are you tired of making eye contact with the delivery guy? Now you just crack your door open 3 inches, pull your food in like a prisoner in solitary confinement, just kick the door closed. Sorry, fuckface. Tip's already worked out. If you were hoping for a smile or something, goodbye forever, Mexican man. I don't even know if you could have been a baby that handed me my food. I only saw your knuckles come through my door. I don't even have pants on.
That is true that for all this convenience, it's not like we have more free time. We stay inside more than ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My girlfriend has a teenage brother, and because she's young too, and
older brother, teenage older brother.
Anyway, you think there's like a 30-year spread between them? It's like, no, I'm dating a young chick. Yeah, so that's why she has a younger. But yeah, he doesn't leave the room. He like has a room that he goes into, and he just has like a video game, computer, phone set up with screens, and he's just sitting in there. That's what he does all day, man. Like, he doesn't go outside. There's no stickball anymore. There's no wiffle ball. There's just, you're either like, nowadays you're either like an athlete that plays on a team for your school, or you just sit in your room. That's what you do. There's no in between anymore.
Yeah, obviously there's no pickup games, which is where most people used to play all their sports.
Yeah.
You would play with your friends in a fucking sandlot or an open court. But now you're either on a travel team at age 11, flying to Akron to play a team there. Which I'm like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just fucking play guys in your neighborhood? You ain't making the pros, dude. It ain't happening. The Dominicans are out working you no matter what you think you're doing.
Yeah.
But there isn't, it's not sports for fun. It's sports for achievement.
Yeah.
And if you're not at the very top of it, now you just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were all just okay. I mean, you had to be really bad to feel like, oh, I shouldn't be on the team. You know, now if you're not super all-star, you're like, what the fuck am I doing this for? I could be back in my house playing video games.
Yeah.
I'm killing.
Yeah, it's just there's no middle anymore. I mean, when I was a kid, that's what we did. We went outside. Like, we went to play basketball. That was what we did. We played wiffle ball in the street. We played running bases. You made up games. It was manhunt. Nobody plays manhunt or kick the can anymore.
Well, the reason why is because we didn't have a phone to sit and fucking touch all day. It's not like that was better.
Yeah.
It was actually worse. We were forced
For naps.
to do the job of game developers.
It's not like if you were handed an iPhone, you'd be like, no, I'd
I'd rather.
More fun standing on the corner.
I like playing pretend.
I don't want to play this awesome game that is so realistic where I can just kill terrorists, you know, with a friend in another country on a headset talking to him. Why would I want to do that when I can kick a fucking can down the street and go hide in a gate area somewhere?
You never even like see a store like complaining about no loitering here because the kids won't even do it. That was always the thing.
Those signs are gone.
Why you guys standing in front of the 7-Eleven? Huh? You know, just fucking hanging out here.
That's a great point. Those signs are gone.
It used to be the biggest thing. They would show up. The police need to get down there. There's 30 kids on the corner. Now they're like, get outside. Go stand on the corner.
I remember, like in the 80s in New York, you would see packs of kids just standing around, and it was always like maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's kept kids out of trouble.
Well, it's kept them alive more.
Yeah.
But it's made them far less interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you have a street corner atmosphere, you get the occasional kid who'll rob a store and get killed, but then you also get a Colin Quinn, a guy who used that to educate himself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I got to go see his show. I heard it's great.
Everything he's ever done, right?
Yeah.
He just always fucking kills it.
Crush it.
And really goes after the complicated things and starts to unravel them and pull them apart for people. Yeah. That's what I get the biggest kick out of him with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He takes these big ideas and he turns them into these very accessible, digestible, like microcosms.
And then at the end of it, you're like, oh, wait, I think my opinion changed. You're not even aware. You know what I mean? Like from him telling some of these examples, you're like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's comedy at its height right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, great. So this city's better for Jamaicans. Yeah. All right. I'm glad there's Jamaicans here then. That's what I think is the most amazing piece of it, is that it could easily be a lecture on how you should think differently, and you're never even aware of it. You know?
He grew up in my neighborhood, Park Slope.
Is that right?
Yeah, he grew
back
up
when it was scary Park Slope.
Yeah, he grew up in a different time, Even when I grew up, it was different, but he grew up at a time where it was like mostly Irish, especially up there. They have the St. Paddy's Day parade. They do a parade before that in Park Slope. They still do it. Like the only other St. Paddy's Day parade is in Park Slope. It goes down from Windsor Terrace down Prospect Park West.
And they do that on a different day, right? Like that's like it's a whole separate thing. 'Cause I used to live pretty close to where they did that parade, just at the corner of the park there, and they all go to that old bar that used to not allow women.
Farrell's,
right?
yeah.
So Farrell's only. Now, I believe the story is that they were shooting a movie in Windsor Terrace, and Shirley MacLaine went in to get a beer during her break, and they were like, we don't allow women. And she was like, yes, you do. And she was literally she was the first woman to ever get a drink. And this is not that long ago. You know what I mean? It's like not that long ago.
Who the fuck would not want women in a bar? What are you doing in a bar? To hang out with dudes?
And I've been in there a couple times. I still feel they prefer me not there. Like, I would still rather not be.
Sweetheart, please leave. You're making this place too joyful. Too. You're giving us something nice. We want to sit here miserable staring into a beer.
Well, maybe there's an answer down there. I don't know. I don't know where it went wrong.
That's so... You're right. When you think about it like that, it's like crazy. Like, you know...
Well, even if you go to Dublin, the old pubs and all, you see that there's still entrances for men and women. So it was the pub would be split in half. Yeah. You know, like it was a restroom. Because no one, I guess, wants to see women putting liquid into their mouth.
What is that? What is that?
It's embarrassing.
That's what it is.
Humiliating.
Jesus. I would never want to go to a bar if there was no women there.
It's like part of the point.
It's hard to, like, it's really hard to, like, to get your mind around that.
Yeah, we make it nice. We make a little something special about it.
Yeah, I thought that was like the whole point, to like mix alcohol, meet people. There's people I might be attracted to here, not fucking hang out with a dude. Like, how many nights in a row can you go to a dude? And I guess back then, what could they talk about? Baseball? That was like the only
baseball
sport.
And boxing,
The war. Yeah.
the war, the English, fucking English.
Not one guy was like, you know what, man? Maybe we should. Maybe you want to try to get some pussy, man?
No. Stay here and be angry.
What kind of fucking heathen?
Let's try to fucking do underhanded boxing so our hands are going the wrong way. All right, that's it for us. Why don't you plug away there, Chris?
Giannis Pappas, he's performing tonight and tomorrow at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. There's only a couple of tickets left, so sell it out. It's GothamComedyClub.com for those tickets and more information. And for all of Giannis's other dates, go to GiannisPappas.net.
Thanks. I got Nashville, I got North Carolina, I got Atlanta. Just go to my website, please.
He's out there for you. Never had a bad time when Giannis Pappas
thanks,
comes.
man.
It's always
and
fun.
Likewise.
All right, I'll see you next time coming through.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!